there? Is there a dog? Is he alone? Is he at the airport? Is he on a fucking bus? Is he on the plane? Is there a clicking noise? There's probably a clicking noise. Is this a clip show? I don't know if it's a clip show. It's a fucking show. Just listen, goddammit!
Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast. Lily is begging me not to say something that she said because it would make her look disrespectful, so I will not say it, but I will say this.
It's fine because...
No, because that's not the thing I wanted to say. This is the thing I want to say, all right? Literally, she and I are sitting here talking, and I figured I'm going to turn a microphone on so we can have this discussion on the air, because why not? But she literally just went, because the way you said it, it was such a folk song. It was fantastic. Steve Jobs' dad was a Syrian. It was just like the greatest, because it sounded like Andy and Barney are lawmen. It was just like this fucking song that, like, you know, coal miner Pete would have sang in the 30s. Steve Jobs' dad was a Syrian, cracking corn all the way, invented an apple and made computers, and now his son is gay. We like everybody. Let's make sure everyone's happy. Let's make sure everyone is accepted in this country, except the people who wear a dirty Muslim head blanket. Shut up! Tired of it. Can't stand it. I'm out of Facebook. I'm leaving.
Me too.
I'm fucking leaving, right? I do it for this, and I love all of you people, and you chime in. I wrote a joke yesterday. I'm calling out this guy, Mark. Mark, hi. How are you? I like you. I don't know if you were trying to top my joke, or you didn't understand my joke, or you didn't fucking care, or you don't have Google. I don't know, Mark.
What was the joke? Which one?
I wrote a joke yesterday. I put it on Facebook and Twitter. And I said, governors in Alabama and Michigan will not allow Syrian refugees, but this weekend will accept Raiders from Oakland and Buccaneers from South Carolina. Yes. Hypocrites. Okay? That was a funny joke. That's all it is.
Funny.
You know what it is? It's a funny joke. That's all it is.
Well, it is the us against them mentality.
Well, certainly.
It's so stupid.
And it's silliness. Because again, it's all sports. All politics has become is sports. That's it. And so Mark wrote, the Buccaneers are from... he wrote something because there's a team in the NFL called the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And he wrote the Buccaneers are from South Carolina? ? And Mark, governors of Alabama and Michigan. The Detroit Lions are a professional football organization in Michigan, and they're playing the Oakland Raiders. Alabama does not have a professional team, so they're not going to be playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're playing the Coastal Carolina Buccaneers, the Alabama Crimson Tide. It's a college game. And I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking to yourself, well, first of all, there's a flaw in your joke because these Buccaneers are supposed to be professionals if they're terrorists. And if they're coming over, they should... I know, Mark, you don't count amateur terrorists.
Oh, my Christ.
I couldn't even... Like, I wanted to go in and just go, dude, what the fuck? What are you doing? Because it's silly. I don't, because I just went, because honestly, I read it, because this is me. This is me and Mex and you on Facebook. You just go, you know what I mean? The funniest is when I'll write something, like Facebook does this thing where they're like, hey, a year ago today. And I'll go in and I'll look at, hey, look, a year ago today, you said something funny. And then 80 people tried to be funny after you. You know what I mean? And we've talked about that on here before, where it's like, somebody comes in with the zinger, the topper. And Mex, he'll when I'll have a private conversation with David, he's just like, why is this happening? And I go, because we're all in the same sandbox. Who the fuck cares? I mean, that's what we're doing. And he's like, but then he'll do something. And I go, dude, why the fuck would you do that? And he goes, because we're all in the same sandbox. Who the fuck cares, right?
Punch down at the fans, not up at the host.
I'm taking everybody out. Honestly, I'm just hiding in a fucking hole. I should just do that. Because again, all I do.
They'll find you.
They will. They'll look for me. Well, they'll certainly look for me. Because I'll have my dirty Muslim head blanket on.
And they'll take you out but get no credit for it because you didn't do it. The military did. You know, the president has nothing to do with the military. Oh, wait, he's the commander-in-chief. Fucking idiots!
I don't get people at all. I just, you know, hey, look, we all know, by the way, spoiler alert, some shit went down in France. So, I don't know if you heard, but a bunch of these fucking brie-eaters ate a lead salad along with it, all right? They wound up getting mowed the fuck down.
Rough.
They were all out, doing that, because again, those people don't sleep. They're all out fornicating in a public square. I think that's exactly what they were doing. It was a giant French fuck fest. And it wasn't even... Which one?
Freedom fuck fest.
It was a freedom fuck fest. I apologize. It was a frog fuck fest. Anyway, so these people are out there, and they're minding their own business. It's a Friday. It's a Friday frog fuck fest. That's what it was.
Oh, fuck.
And they're sipping wine, and they're eating cheese, and they're going, ha, ha, ha. And all of a sudden, one dude twirls his mustache and 4 dudes pull up and shoot him in the face. That's what happens. I don't know if you heard.
It's awful.
And I wouldn't have known about it, except I went to Facebook and everybody's pictures are red, white, and blue.
No.
And I went, wait a second. Everybody loves America, but that doesn't look like the American flag. Red, white, and blue certainly are the colors of America, and these colors don't run. Unless the head Muslim in chief is making sure that we're facing the other way when prayer to call comes or call to prayer. Fuck! Kill yourselves! Kill yourselves! I'm tired of it. I hate it. I hate everybody. Hate them all. Hate everyone in the world.
And yet,
I want to move to an open carry state. I want to have a gun just so I can shoot everybody who says dumb things. And I got news for you. You know where people say dumb things? Open carry states. That's a dangerous combination. It's this volatile test tube mix of the armed and the stupid. And they are there and they are just ready to fucking go at the drop of a hat. I've talked about it on this show before. Whenever there's a gunfight, whenever some OK Corral bullshit starts out, someone comes in and goes, you know, if anybody else there had a gun, okay. Yeah, that would have been good. You think some guy with a slippery brief finger is going to shoot down the fucking Syrian dudes who gunned him down? No, I'm sorry. No, none of those Frenchies are going to be able to pull on anybody because they got fucking 5 tankards of wine in them since fucking 4 in the afternoon. That's what those people do. They put on their sombreros, they sleep in the afternoon, and then they go out at night and they have a fucking party with cheese and wine. That's it.
sombreros?
And I love the fact, this is it. It's like, hey, did you hear about that guy with the baguette? He got shot. Let's not help anybody ever again. We can't let anybody into this country. Why? What do you mean, why? You didn't hear? No, I didn't hear. That guy who likes pate ate it across the ocean. They shot Charles de Gaulle. Nobody else into this country. Didn't you hear? Yannick Noah took a bullet. Nobody gets to come to America ever again.
Oh, fuck.
I can't allow it. Especially those dirty Muslim head blankets. Shut up. I don't get it. I'm astonished by it. I'm horrified by it. And look, I like chaos. I have to, because I'll tell you this about me, and this is going to sound bad, and I apologize, but I have to tell you this. So the shit hits the fan in France. All right. Again, I don't know if you heard. Did you guys hear? Apparently, somebody's poem got freeded. There's just literally like French bodies piled up like kindling, and the first thing everybody said is, close the borders.
Oh, Christ.
Should we reach out and help those people? I tell you what, how about we send them a mop before we start saying we don't fucking let anybody into this country? Can we do that, possibly? Yeah. Texas, Michigan, Alabama, no refugees. We don't want any Syrians in here. I got news for you. The Syrians right now, drinking sand to try and stay alive, are going, fuck, at least I'm not in Alabama. You should bring the Syrian refugees to Alabama. Maybe they would be eager to assimilate, and they would go to your schools, and they would raise the test scores, so you wouldn't raise more stupid Alabama people who didn't want to keep the refugees in, and everything would be happy. Everybody would be fine. Now, granted, maybe one of them will shoot 45 people at a Piggly Wiggly. Maybe that will happen as well.
Probably not.
But I got news for you. That's the chance you take with anybody you let in your goddamn state. Here's my favorite part. Alabama's like, we don't want any Syrian refugees here. Okay, well, they might leave. Like, you know, if they come there, they could probably get a car and drive away and go to another place. Why don't you do that? Why don't you know what? The Alabama refugees, if you want to keep Syrian refugees out of the Alabama refugees, that's the people we got to worry about. The people who are leaving Alabama and going, holy fuck, where can we find help? You know what? Any pregnant teenager right now in Alabama is literally just like crawling over the border to Louisiana and going, please save me, help me, not realizing Louisiana is just a dumb Alabama. I'm teasing. I've been to Louisiana. It's a lovely place. You eat bugs. So, mud bugs, crawfish, whatever you call them, that's fine. That's what I mean. I just don't get the general, the hardened in amber stupidity that comes to the surface when anything like this happens. It's just, people are like, the shooting happens, all right, in Paris. I don't know if you heard. Did you guys hear? There's something happened in Paris. I love the story of the guy with the bomb trying to get into the soccer game.
Yeah, that was...
First of all, bought a ticket. Last purchase that guy ever made. to a soccer game you didn't even get to see. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know which is the worst punishment. Blowing yourself with a bomb-filled vest, blowing yourself up, god damn it. Blowing yourself up with a bomb-filled vest at the gate, or actually getting in to watch the game. That's a 0-0 friendly between the Germans and the French. I'm sorry. I go bomb vest. If you offer me soccer tickets or bomb vest, I gotta be honest, that's a thought process. I gotta sit down and weigh that out. That's 6 of one and 6 million little pieces of me of the other. But I love that dude tried to get in and he got frisked because have you seen the meme going around that it was a Muslim who busted him or caught him or whatever the fuck? Like again, like that's even worse than the bad Muslims, the good Muslim. Like we're all supposed to believe that the Bagger Vance of Muslims stopped the bomb vest from getting into the soccer game. Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit, okay? I'm sure he's a lovely man. The guy who stopped him, you know why he stopped him? Not because he's a Muslim. He stopped him because he's a security guard. That's his fucking job. Yep. That's it. That's what he's supposed to do. And I got news for you. If I was working there, I would have stopped bomb vest too, because you know what? Bomb vests don't get into the soccer game. You ever been to a soccer game? There's a sign right there. No flasks. No outside food. No vests filled with explosives. Granted, it should not be third on that list. I'm going to be truly honest with you. I don't understand. It seems like the guy writing that sign should have placed that top of the list. Because how many times have you left the house and you've got a pocket full of cheese doodles, you've got a flask of bourbon, and you're wearing a bomb-filled vest? You get to the game, you look at the sign, you're like, oh man, I can't bring these cheese doodles and fucking bourbon in the game. And then you go, fuck, I totally got the bomb vest on. Damn it! It's happened to me. I'm going to a hockey game, stop right at the gate. The guy's like, excuse me, are you wearing shoes filled with explosives? Fuck, yes. God damn it. And is that a bomb-filled vest? It certainly is. Oh, it's nice. Is that down? It is down. Well, not anymore. We had to slice it open and pull the down out and fill it with explosives. However, does it make me look bulky? I'm a little bulky, right? That was actually why I got my gastric bypass surgery. Did not like the way I looked in my bomb vest. Way too bulky. 500-pound man does not look good with 85 more pounds of explosives wrapped around him. I gotta be sleek. I gotta be vascular and yoked. And volatile.
I'm so scared of the picture this week. We're all gonna be on the watch list.
That dude tried to get into a soccer game with a bomb vest. I love it. I don't know why more people don't wear bomb vests to soccer games. Those games are 0-0. At some point, like at the 70-minute mark, when you got 3 dudes just kicking the ball back and forth to one another, someone's got to go, fuck, I wish somebody here had a bomb vest. They weren't even trying to wreak havoc. They just wanted to liven up the fucking game. I went to the Super Bowl. The halftime show was Gloria Estefan on the Miami Sound Machine. I wish somebody had a bomb vest. That would have been a much better show. And Gloria Estefan's a weird deal. Like, she's like, you know, she was hot and stuff. And like, her husband played the maracas and was 75 years old. It was like so fucking bizarre because she was hot and glamorous and she's like, come on, everybody, do me shake that conga. And then her fucking husband's in a wheelchair and a mustache. Like, I don't know why that old dude, like, I figured he had to be the brains of the outfit. He had to be the guy who, like, negotiated everything. And then he went and found a showgirl and said, hey, wear a slit skirt. We'll go ahead and fucking record a conga song and make you a star. Because I'm tired of being Tito Puente light here in fucking Miami. That dude's like at the Babalu Club in Miami just going, I got fucking nothing here. And then he sees a waitress who's hot and he goes, ah ha ha, MTV, I got a call for you.
Wow.
I never understood the Miami Sound Machine. Because again, it was Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. How furious is the Miami Sound Machine at that point, right? They're the brain, they're literally the driving force behind a Gloria Estefan.
I don't know.
If it was just Gloria Estefan, everybody's like, you know what, so what? But then all of a sudden, boom, taka, 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 pop, 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 there's the fucking Miami Sound Machine wailing. 14 cowbells and frilly sleeves. That's the star. Why are they in the back? And they're behind her, goddammit. Why? Why is she in the front? Yeah, I guess she's the face, but you know who's running that? She's just a cog. You know what? Fuck you, Gloria Estefan. You are just a cog in the Miami Sound Machine. You don't get to be that. They're not. The Miami Sound Machine is never and the. They don't have to be and the, damn it. They should be in the forefront. At least make it with. If it's Gloria Estefan with Miami Sound Machine, that's somewhat equal billing. It still sounds like they drove the fucking bus, but honestly, it's better than and the. Because that makes it look like she came out like, yeah, da, 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 and everybody went, oh, she's awesome. And then a band kicked and everybody went, what the fuck are those guys doing here? Oh, yeah, I brought them. Otherwise, it was going to be me doing a cappella and going, ay, 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 the entire fucking show.
Wow.
Fucking Miami Sound Machine getting disrespected. Not on this show, goddammit. And I'll tell you what, those terrorists would not have come in and held a crowd at a Miami Sound Machine fucking hostage. That's not happening. I guarantee you, every person in the Miami Sound Machine was strapped. They were all carrying guns at all times.
In the sleep.
Yeah. That's why you wear the big frilly sleeves. It's like a fucking, it's like a saloon girl from the fucking Old West. She had 14 petticoats and a derringer strapped to her thigh. The fucking Miami Sound Machine's got those giant Babalu fucking sleeves, and it's like, you can do anything, and fuck you. All of those cowbells were polished to a razor sheen. They would fucking like shine it in your eyes. You're like, ah, Syrian refugee falls on the ground, and the fucking Miami Sound Machine stomps the fuck out of you. They did everything together. Everything. Didn't you? One time, seriously, their fucking the eighth cowbell player got arrested. They all went to jail. The Miami Sound Machine is the third largest gang in Florida. They don't fuck around, man. They will stomp you to fuck out in an amazingly catchy beat. They will shoot you to death with a fucking, like with a crazy rhythm section. The weapons expert for the Miami Sound Machine has arranged it so their guns shoot in conga beat.
Holy crap.
If you're ever fucking around in Florida and behind you just hear somebody count off, you're done. The Miami Sound Machine is cleaning you out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guarantee everyone in the Miami Sound Machine has a machete strapped to their leg. They're like pirates. They're like pirates of the high seas, but in music. That's what they should do. The Miami Sound Machine should sail a boat around and crash other concerts and board the fucking stage and take over. How great would that be? Dude, how awesome would it be if Aerosmith was having a concert and a pirate ship crashed through the wall and the Miami Sound Machine boarded the stage and killed them all? Yeah! Dude, they just got like a Jolly Roger with a pink fucking bandana on its head? Just Gloria Estefan on the front hull of the ship, like carved? Tell me you don't want to see that. Please tell me. Aerosmith is singing Dude Looks Like a Lady for the 400th boring time, trying to make their way through it. Joe Perry no longer even playing guitars. He's just shooting drugs directly into his mouth. And then a pirate ship crashes through the wall. And I will tell you this. You know Steven Tyler also has a gun on the fucking mic stand with the scarves. He has to tie it to the mic stand with the scarves, A, to hide it because it's concealed carry wherever they play. But also B, Steven Tyler can't carry a gun because he'd tip over like the fucking Flintstones car. I want Monty Python to weigh Steven Tyler like he's a witch just to see what the fuck happens. And then Steven Tyler turns some dude into a newt.
Oh, fuck.
And Steven Tyler, I'll tell you what, if the Miami Sound Machine ever did crash through the wall to fight and kill Aerosmith, Steven Tyler would leap off the stage when he would go for his gun, and he would float down like a piece of paper off of a skyscraper. The Miami Sound Machine crashes into the wall with their pirate ship. Steven Tyler goes to leap from the stage, and he nestles to the ground like a fucking business memo flying out of a 9/11 window.
Holy shit.
That dude is a human Post-it note. I firmly believe that every balloon you ever see floating has Steven Tyler inside of it. That's how little he weighs.
Oh, crap.
He's human helium. You want to just buy a hot air balloon and put Steven Tyler in it and just have him go, that, Dude, looks that, and you'll fly for fucking miles. As a matter of fact, when the Miami Sound Machine crashed into Aerosmith's concert, Steven Tyler floated down from the stage into a hot air balloon and just sang into it to fly away. And right now, the governors of Michigan, Alabama, and Texas have decided not to allow the Miami Sound Machine or Steven Tyler into their borders. Can't do it. Can't do it. Too much of a danger. We heard on a podcast that 5,000 people listened to that maybe they would be armed. That dude tried to get into a soccer game with a bomb vest. And the fucking, that's the parable people tell. You know, the guy who stopped him was a Muslim. Did you know that? No, he was a security guard. That's who he was. He was a fucking bouncer. I got news for you. When I prevented a guy with a knife from coming into the Judas Priest show, nobody went, that fucking Irish guy hates knives. No.
You do.
Well, I'm not a fan of knives, certainly. Actually, with a knife, you get to use a knife, you get to savor all of the little... You want to know which one of your friends were cowards?
Oh, Jesus.
Can we just calm down and quit being stupid? That's all I'm asking. And look, by the way, if I'm asking that, things have reached fucking critical mass.
You're the voice of reason.
If a dude like me is telling you to calm down and quit being stupid, you know that things have gone horribly awry.
Oh, Christ. We're so fucked.
We are. And you know what's funny? California hasn't weighed in yet because I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. Because are we letting Syrian refugees in?
Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. Let me tell you guys. Syrian refugees, if you're coming to town, if you're coming to California, I have an Uber code for you that you can use.
They don't have cars.
So you can become drivers and then we can all make money. Let's all make money, Syrian refugees. We weighed in? Really? We said we're letting them in?
Yeah, they'll be vetted just like the law requires, and that's fine. As long as they're vetted, they can come in, which is the logical thing. We don't...
Wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute.
What?
We're giving every Syrian refugee a Corvette?
No. Yes, we are. Yes, that's exactly what we're doing.
I just wanted to give them an Uber code. You said they don't have cars. Well, now we're giving them Corvettes. This works out perfectly.
Vetted, not Corvetted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I apologize. I was excited. I was like, that's cool.
No, I don't think they get cars.
I thought we were the coolest state of all time. Although I will be honest with you, I was a little pissed off because when I came here, I didn't get a fucking Corvette.
Well, you're not a refugee.
Well, I don't have to live like one, certainly.
Oh, man.
Calm down.
Yep.
Calm the fuck down.
It's misplaced anger, though. That's what it is.
But that's the earth.
But I mean, that's all this is. People keep telling me, how do we solve this problem? And I'm like, you fix the things that make people have no hope. You give them health care. You make sure they have food. You make sure people have a house over their head.
No, I disagree.
You make sure all of those things happen, and then people don't go, hey, I'm getting fucked. I'm going to kill somebody.
If you want to make sure this doesn't happen again, I think we make last call in Paris at 10 o'clock p.m.
I think you're missing the point.
No, I don't think so. The streets are deserted. These guys show up to shoot up an empty bar. They're like, what the fuck? And nobody's like, oh, we don't want any Syrian glassware into our country. See? You can't shoot up an empty street. Talk to Marshall Dillon. He'll tell you that, Gunsmoke style. Calm down.
Calm down.
Seriously.
That's the name of the show. Calm down.
Really?
Yeah.
For me? Actually, I like that. That's an interesting contrast. I just...
The armed and the stupid seems kind of brutal.
That dude tried to get into a soccer game with a bomb vest and they didn't let him in. That was, again, you totally missed out on every opportunity for excitement at a soccer game that you could have possibly had. And then they're playing, they said, and I also love when they speculate on the guy's plans. They're just like, you know what those two dudes were going to do? They were going to get in with bomb vests. They were going to blow them up on one side of the stage to get everybody to stampede to the other side where the other guy with the bomb vest was and blow them up. And I'm like, I wasn't aware Wile E. Coyote was a Syrian refugee. I didn't know that. That seems a little bizarre. Why don't the three of them just get in the middle of the crowd and blow up the bomb vests? Wouldn't that make sense? Because then you get maximum carnage and you send everybody running the other way and they all die trying to funnel out of a goddamn doorway like it's a Great White concert. What the fuck, man?
Oh my God.
But instead they're like, no, they're going to put two guys over here and blow themselves up and they were going to run that way and the third guy was going to blow his fucking vest. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Because nobody can talk to those dudes because I got news for you. They're in France and England and the Channel and Ireland. They're all over the fucking place. They're no longer Syrian refugees. Those guys are atmosphere at this goddamn point. So nobody knows what their game plan was. You know what it was? It was maximum death. That's all it was. The guy had a bomb vest on.
But they weren't even Syrian refugees.
They were dudes. It was
There
Belgian
were
dudes.
8 of them.
Yeah.
And most of them were European.
Yeah, it was 4 waffle makers, 2 cheese eaters, and a Syrian who got lost from Greece. That's it. That's who it was. I firmly believe those dudes came over and they got lost and they were so frustrated with the streets in France they decided to just kill everybody. They were like, fuck it. I'm tired of driving in a circle, goddammit. Fuck this wrong side of the road nonsense. We're killing everybody, motherfucker.
I keep going back to seeing all of the Syrians fighting and training, watching Wile E. Coyote videos
Yeah.
for inspiration. I can't get that out of my
Here is what we do.
Oh my god.
Why don't we take bombs into crowd? We will, but wait. 2 of us go on other side of crowd. 1 of us on other side of crowd. 2 blow up. Crowd run towards 1. He blow up. Boom! Everybody happy. Not us. So what? 72 virgins.
Oh god.
How great would it be if they go wherever the fuck they're going and every virgin has a bomb vest on and just blows them up over and over and over for all eternity? That's what they have to do. And they have to constantly do it. It's like a Twilight Zone episode where the gambler kept winning.
Yes.
Yeah. They got to keep walking into the bedroom. They're like, ladies. They blow up. Fuck. They got to go back and start over. Ladies. Ah, damn it.
72 virgins.
72 virgins. I can't even handle 1 chick. Literally. I want 72. I want to swim into a fucking swimming pool full of flesh. It's not happening. I got 1 dick. Tell you what. You want to fucking make me wear a bomb vest? Tell me I'll have 72 dicks and 1 girl. Let me pick the girl and give me 72 dicks. I will wear her the fuck out. They'll have to dig her out of a cocoon like a fucking moth. God damn it. So here's what we're doing. We are wearing 3 bomb vests. Why is Dracula running the terrorists?
Because they're homegrown.
Exactly. No more Romanian refugees. No more Transylvanian refugees. Close the borders. Close the borders. We're just fine here in Alabama without any newcomers.
They're not fine enough.
I got news for you. If a fucking Syrian refugee ran a 4.40, Nick Saban would find a way to get him into fucking Alabama. Priorities, people. You're telling me if the governor of Michigan said no more Syrian refugees and then they found one who was a 6'2", 225-pound cornerback who ran a 4.340 with great hips, Jim Harbaugh wouldn't fight that fucking moral? No, fuck that. We're having him. Bring him in. We need our college football coaches to step to the forefront and go ahead and say, you know what, everybody calm the fuck down. We need these Syrian refugees. At least bring them over for a combine. We've seen how they are the monkey bars. Let's see if they can run through the tires really well in a blocking sled, and the next thing you know, they're in a fucking uniform and everybody's winning national championships. It's fine. It's fine. Calm down. Calm the fuck down. Again, these guys were coming from a decent place. They wanted to ruin a soccer game.
That's terrible.
It just got out of hand. That's all. It got out of hand. Because I guarantee in every bar that they shot up, the soccer game was on fucking television. That was it. This is not about refugees and religion. This is about a hatred of the world's beautiful game.
Oh my god.
All these dudes play that fucking game with the goat and the fucking horses and the, what is it, Kashta or whatever the fuck it is? Remember that game? We talked about it on the show before. Yeah, those guys want that to be the national sport of France. They're like, fuck soccer. And that was it. This was a war on soccer. That was all they did, was they opened up a war on soccer. I think Alabama should, alone, because, dude, you guys are a football state. You're like, hey, football's real football, not fucking soccer. That's hand egg or whatever the fuck, right?
Egg?
You ever see that meme?
No.
Football, hand egg? That's fucking stupid.
I try to stay off the internet as much as possible lately.
Boy, wouldn't that be great? I say that, but I live in it. I fucking marinate in it. Are you kidding me? It's literally, if you go to Ask Jeeves now, there's just me with my arm around him. That's how much I'm in the goddamn internet.
That is scary.
Yeah. Because that's what I dive in, because I'm alone, man. I'm fucking sitting here by myself doing nothing. You know what I mean? Literally between trips to see Jill, I'm sitting here on the fucking internet and trying to stay alive. I don't know what the fuck. I'm in the car, I'm on the internet.
What news news sites do you read?
Well, it's funny you would ask that.
Uh-oh. I mean, besides The Onion.
Well, my homepage is certainly, as everyone's should be, is Al Jazeera. I mean, obviously. And I'll tell you what, for months I've been reading on there this anti-soccer sentiment starting. You could see it amongst the refugees.
I knew better than to ask a real question.
And God, dude, calm down. Calm down. Please, I'm begging you. My friend asked on Facebook the other day, are we looking at World War III? And one of the guys he knows wrote, we're already fighting it against the Obama regime and the Muslims.
Fuck.
Steve Jobs' dad was a Syrian. Well, if he was, then the computer would come alive and turn itself off when that guy typed that.
I actually read a comment under that meme that said, I don't doubt that, and it's probably the long game, and pretty soon all the machines are just going to blow up, or they're going to take over our government or something. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wait, on the Steve Jobs?
Someone
thought that Steve Jobs was actually, he made Apple to turn on us?
He was probably some secret Muslim, and he's putting all of these computers into our houses to take over our lives.
Please be true. No, again, as a guy who loves chaos, how fucking awesome would that be?
Like, all our phones are going to blow up as once because we're imperialist pigs.
Dude, listen to me. Here's how it's going to go. How great would this be? We got to think of it. What date would be relevant? Oh my God, well, hold on. 2001, 2011, 2021. 9/11, 2021. Every Apple product is going to get out and go and explode. It's gonna do that for like 5 minutes, and you're gonna be like, "What's wrong with my computer?" I get it, and everybody's gonna call the Apple Store and be like, "You're not gonna believe what's happening. My phone, everything's making a noise." And they're like, "Yeah, well, we're all doing that here at the Apple Store too." And then all of a sudden, all the computers will come alive and kill you. Steve Jobs, man ahead of his time, and that's his revenge from the grave for having Ashton Kutcher play him in a movie. He planned this long ago. He was like, "Dude, I know they're gonna make a movie about me, and if it's some shithead, I'm gonna make sure everything comes alive and kills everybody."
But then it had nothing to do with Allah and Islam and all of that.
Fuck no.
Simply.
No. It was Ashton Kutcher. Yeah.
But they'll blame the Muslims.
But you know what's funny? Ashton Kutcher's actually in on it. He sees this as a wide-scale punking of the human race. He and Jobs arranged the ultimate prank to have all of the Apple products come to life and kill us all on 9/11, 2021.
God. My fear is people are going to believe this shit. That's my real fear. My fear is stupidity, not people who hate me. I'm more apt to get killed by somebody texting and driving than I am a terrorist.
True. I'm more apt to get killed. Well, if there's a mass shooting and I happen to be there, I'm more apt to get killed by the 9 dudes who are supposedly armed and are supposed to protect me. You know those dudes? The guys Newt Gingrich keeps saying, "Hey, if a couple of those people in the Parisian crowd had guns," I'd go, "Yeah, they were in a bar drunk with a gun. Is that what you fucking want?"
That's what we need protecting us. Well, if the government won't do it, us citizens need to.
Well, if the government will not do it, the citizens need to. That's the problem. That's the thing. In France, all of those people had rapiers.
Oh, my Christ. Oh, fuck.
You don't bring a rapier to a gunfight, French. The Syrians rolled up in their Ubers and got out with their fucking machine guns, and everybody went, "On guard!" Put on the foil, and then I want a machine gun that shoots conga.
I love that people think it's even a gunfight.
It wasn't a gunfight. No. It was. You know what it was?
Execution.
It was Mr. Blonde in a jewelry store. Bam, 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 bam. That was it. He doesn't like alarms, Mr. White.
No.
The Syrians don't like soccer, Mr. White. All right, 2 of you wear bomb vests. Buy tickets to game. Why must we buy tickets to game? Why don't we blow outside stadium? You must be inside stadium. We want your hatred of soccer to be at a boil. You will not chicken out of this mission. I don't know if I'm Russian. I don't know who I am.
Can you imagine them submitting the budget for this get
Oh,
their
yeah.
funding from their evil overlords.
Yeah.
I say $3,000 for soccer tickets.
It is very important we are in stadium. I understand that, but why 3,000? Do you need good seats? We are blowing up stadium. Let us enjoy first half. The whole point is we don't like soccer. But we like hot dogs. The good food is in the closer rows. $3,000 for soccer tickets. All right. I almost get that. I see $1,000 budgeted for Uber rides. Now, well, because we cannot take pool, they will stop and pick up others. We must have Uber X or Uber Black because we must get to destination for shooting. But $1,000, it gets us there on time. Why do you question budget? None of us are coming back from this mission. Please, if we pad our expense report, it is final mission.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, but we saw this happen in Mumbai, and we're still paying those bills.
Oh my god, this is awful.
Do you remember Mumbai?
Oh my god.
Do you remember 11,000 drachma for kayak rental? Do you remember that? Still paying that bill.
Holy fuck.
We are not made of drachmas. We are not made of rupees. We are a simple operation. Why did you buy Eddie Bauer vests? We cannot arouse suspicion. There is no one suspicious. I have news for you. Muslim in a vest, suspicion abounds. No one sees Muslim in vest and goes, oh, Eddie Bauer, he must be fine. Let him into game. Yes, but this is also why we must buy the good tickets. If they see we are sitting in the back row, they are suspicious. Why would we buy the good tickets only to blow them up? It is counterintelligence.
Oh my god. Oh, we're pissing people off, right?
I don't think so. I think everybody's on board with this. We've all thought this. Calm down. Nowhere in this budget do I see the $1 million payment for Obama. Where is it? I said, it is grandfathered in. We no longer have to put it in the paperwork. We know every mission, $1 million automatically goes to Obama. We know this. That is why we bought fourth vest. Instead of lined with explosives, it is lined with $1 million. And no one questions Eddie Bauer Amazon delivery to White House. It's all part of the plan. See, if I tell everyone that one little soccer stadium is going to blow up, everyone loses their minds.
Oh my god.
I am just a vested dog chasing cars.
Oh fuck.
As a guy who likes chaos.
Yes.
Look, and again, I'm certainly not condoning anything that happened.
Oh god, no.
No. Don't say God no, because then it looks like, and I'm talking about our pagan Christian religion and all of that's happening.
I say God the same way I say dog or fuck.
Well, fuck damn.
Again, people have asked me this and they're like, well, you're not very godly. And I'm like, God got us into this problem. There are a billion gods I don't believe in. The sportsification of our side's going to win and my God can beat up your God and, all of that to me is the problem.
Well, I told you.
I'm not praying for Paris. It doesn't do any good.
No.
Is my God going to go, oh, their God's bad? And so, praying to God has done nothing. And it's been proven it's done nothing for years. People just need to be nice to each other and love each other and accept differences. And stay out of other people's business.
My God is just upset they used vests.
Eddie Bauer's your God.
Huh, he likes vests. My God likes a nice vest. And now it's like, oh, now we're not going to get to wear vests on planes.
I have no religious belief. Other than religion is, you usually more detrimentally harmful than it is good.
Everyone should just be happy and be nice. You know, I'm Mr. Rogers. It's the stupidest fucking thing in the world. Like, and again, I'm a psychopath. All right. I get that. I'm weird and I'm this guy. I'm the same guy who I had this conversation in Uber the other day. The guy's just like, yeah, you know, we're going to get that rain and we really need it. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, but I hate it. I don't want to drive in it. And he goes, oh man, but there's a drought. I go, I don't care. I don't care about your kids or their wading pool or any of that shit. I turn on a faucet, water comes out. There's no drought. I turn on the shower. I can take a shower. That's fine.
But that's the stupidity that leads to not understanding what causes people to become terrorists.
Right. And I'll be dead soon. So guess what? I'm not here to babysit the world. I'm here to take a shower. That's it. And if I pay for bottled water and I want to go ahead and wash my hands for 48 minutes, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will. And when Kevin Costner zips by on a jet ski and tries to fucking shoot me with a harpoon gun, I'll just go, yeah, this is my fault probably because I washed my hands for 48 minutes back in 2015. But that'll be on me.
Waterworld is the best film ever. It's so awful. And yet the theme park is so great at Universal. Have you seen it?
Wait, oh, of course.
God, it's friggin' brilliant.
Dude, when me and Bomb Pop and Chinese Rick are wearing 14 coats and pushing a shopping cart in Georgia as fallout snow falls in our faces, I'll recognize it was my fault because I washed my hands for 48 minutes in 2015.
Will either of them be wearing a vest under those coats?
You have to ask.
Close the borders.
In
There's
Georgia.
no other reason to keep you from having kids.
See, well, we'll be in Georgia. That's the thing is we'll be in Georgia. We're fine. We can get in. Has Georgia weighed in on the Syrian refugees yet?
I don't know.
No, they haven't because they're too busy whittling corncob pipes. Their governor could not be bothered. He's busy eating pan cornbread with a spoon or whatever the fuck.
I wish I could remember who did the post about why Texas wanted to close the borders. And I feel bad I can't remember because I don't know who to credit it, but they said the reason that Texas wants to close the borders is because they know that the Syrian refugees would have an easy time getting a gun.
Yeah.
What fuck?
Dude, if anybody should let the Syrian refugees in, it's Texas. Seriously, let them in and go, hey, you guys are here now? That's awesome. Build that wall. We've been trying to get the Mexicans to do it forever. They won't do it. You guys are in. You are our new brown guys. Take care of this, man.
My enemy's enemy is my friend.
Exactly.
Oh, Christ.
Get all the Syrian refugees together and go, all right, fellas, you guys are here. 3 hots and a cot. Build that fucking wall. Vests for everybody. Let's do it. Because isn't that the true nature of this nation is to pit brown against brown and hope that we fucking survive it in the end? Hey, you're our new brown guys. Remember those? You fight those other brown guys that are coming in. We're going to be back here with a mint julep and having sex with your daughters in their tar paper shacks. Dude, what the fuck?
We're a terrible country.
Yeah, we're awful. Of course we are. But we're awesome. We're still also awesome. Because again, another thing, guess what? We had one giant terrorist attack. One. It was a lucky punch. Most of the time, what we got to worry about is a guy goes, hey, there's not enough butter on this popcorn, and he shoots 8 people at a movie.
I know.
Which sucks, because that could happen at a drop of a fucking hat.
Yeah.
I saw these protests in Missouri last week where at the college, and they're like, we want this dude to quit because, you know, everybody's really tense here. And I'm like, you're tense there? Dude, how about Virginia Tech?
Well,
They had a guy dressed in a ninja costume who shot 150 people or whatever the fuck it was. You think they're still tense? But I get it, man. Everybody's upset. Everybody's got their axe to grind. But that's the problem. Everybody has an axe. If everybody had an axe, like in France, everybody's got a rapier. And the Syrian Ubers roll up with fucking machine guns and like, oh, dude, this is over.
it's rough.
This is what we need to do, man. Take the guns away from everybody, but just give everybody an axe. No more guns. Honestly, no more guns, but everybody gets an axe. If you're in traffic and a dude cuts you off, you can't throw an axe through his window.
Have you watched some of the videos from the dash cams in other countries?
Yeah, but then you lose your axe.
But
See what I mean? Everybody gets one. Problem solved.
I can't argue with
No,
that.
you can't. I got news for you. They take all the guns away and they give everybody an axe. Everybody will hold on to that fucking axe. And if some dude gets pissed off in a restaurant and goes, I'm going to kill everybody in this restaurant, the first guy takes a hatchet in the shoulder and then 15 dudes chop that other dude in the lunch meat. It's over. Everybody gets an axe. That's my elect me fucking president. Fuck Trump. Fuck the Jesus black dude that everybody's fucking freaking out about. That dude? Who is that moonbat? What the fuck? I remember when I was a kid, Jimmy Carter was like, they're like, you had to be a statesman. You had to be somebody who'd done something in this country. Now, we got a guy who fired Charo fighting against a guy who said, hey, I stabbed my friend in the stomach once. Oh my God! That's your ticket?
I know.
And the best part is people are like, yeah, that's who we want in office.
Fuck.
Any other black guy in this country who said, hey, I stabbed my friend in the stomach, 5 white cops would have shot him in the face by now.
I don't understand that at all.
But this dude's the front runner for president. This dude, who's got a picture of himself with Jesus, but Jesus looks like Chuck Norris. Have you seen that fucking picture?
I did.
Hey, I got a painting of me with Jesus. Vote me for president. And people are like, yeah, that's feasible. I could do that. If that's all it takes, I got news for you. Vote me. Everybody gets an axe. How is that not awesome? And I mean everybody. Fucking welfare mothers, aborted fetuses, everybody gets a fucking axe. Yeah, because you know what? Fight back, motherfucker, if you don't want it. Every fetus gets an axe. How about that? Now I'm on board. Every fetus gets an axe. Life begins at conception, and so does axe possession.
How does that child get the axe?
Oh, let me tell you something. That's the fun part.
No, it is not the fun part.
No, it is, and that's what we put on pay-per-view.
Being a woman, it is not the fun part.
No, we'd fucking alter men's DNA so they come axes.
Ow!
Well, not until it's in the baby's hand.
No!
We genetically modify every
I'm
baby.
not bored anymore. You had me at everybody gets an axe, but no, life does not begin at conception. No baby axe.
We genetically modify the sperm so they impregnate you and the baby's born holding an axe. No, that's coming out's a problem then.
Yeah, really, you think?
Yeah, I think so. That's a good point.
Yeah, let's not.
Nah, but you know what?
There's a flaw with every plan.
No, bullshit. Everybody gets an axe on the way out. Aborted fetus is like, because parents, you backed me into a corner here. I gotta be honest.
I did. I ruined your whole
A little
plan.
bit.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's okay. I had momentum there.
Well, we have to go with a reasonable age.
I was almost president.
Oh my God! I took you down. As
You did.
president.
I was so close. If we were in a debate right now, I'd just be staring like Jeb Bush. That fucking dude. Could that dude not want to be president more? Is that possible?
Oh my God, Daddy, I'm good too. That should.
That's basically it.
Jeb Bush, Daddy, I'm good
Yeah,
too.
I got the bad name. Let me be the good president. My dad fucked it up. My brother really fucked it up. Give me a shot. That's like electing Billy Baldwin. You're fucking kidding me, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's put the shitty Baldwin in office. That's a good plan.
Why not? Honestly, I would vote for him over Trump and Ben Carlson right now. If those were my options, I'd be like, Billy Baldwin looks good.
I'm in for yeah. Oh, isn't he like? But he's got that fucking whole house with all the video equipment where he watches Sharon Stone.
Oh, there you go.
Boy, the White House would be tricked out. He'd have like a video room and he'd watch Sharon Stone spreading her legs all day. Let's be honest, the White House has that now.
One can hope.
Yeah, Clinton built it. You know he fucking did. Clinton built it so there's like a drone that follows Sharon Stone and shows her pussy on a fucking screen all the time in the White House.
Oh my God.
It's the pink room. They have the Lincoln bedroom. They have the pink room. You go in there and it's just literally just nonstop video coverage of Sharon Stone's vagina.
Why, Sharon? Poor Sharon.
She's on board. Are you kidding? Like she's not on board. Please. Please. She knows why we know her name. It's the only reason we fucking know her name. Fuck that performance in Casino. It was awful. I don't give a fuck what it. Everybody's like, oh man, she totally rallied and was so great in Casino. She was the worst part of Casino. Awful.
Well, yeah, but
Look
who
good,
else
but-
was in Casino.
Yeah, monsters. Awesome,
Yeah,
genius
of course.
actors.
Nobody's going to be able to stand up to that. She'd been in how many films at that point? I'm defending Sharon Stone.
Yeah, you are. But everybody said how great she was, and it's like, yeah, I mean, you know what? I like a beehive hairdo and frosty eyeshadow too, but when you're getting upstaged by Don Rickles sucking a lemon, you're in trouble. Don Rickles is actually a good actor. I apologize. I take that back. I'm a hockey puck. Yeah, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that.
God, this is like the whole baby axe thing.
No.
Not baby axe. Babies with
I have momentum and then it goes away.
Well, see, this is the problem with the conspiracy theories, too. It's like, for a moment, yeah. Oh, it was all the Syrian... Oh, no, it wasn't the Syrian refugees. Okay.
No, again, like I said, it was 4 waffle makers, 3 cheese eaters, and a Syrian guy who stumbled in from Greece.
But everybody does that. They immediately are like, this is it, and this is what... Oh, never mind.
But, you know, here's the problem with that, though. And truthfully, I'm sure everybody did that always, but they didn't have the platform.
Yeah.
You know, Twitter and Facebook have made me have to listen to these assholes. That's a fucking problem. I'm sure, you know, when all this shit hit the fan before, people sat in their living rooms and were like, God damn it, I can't believe these dirty Syrian refugees are going to come over here and ruin this country. Well, now they can sit down and type it. Quotation marks around type. I got news for you. Your typical Alabaman to sit down and type, these dirty Syrian refugees are coming to fuck up this country. That's got to take a week, right? To type that out.
Ma, what's a spell checker?
Well, don't walk in the high weeds because you'll get them on your legs.
God damn it.
Yeah. You don't get a lot of chigger humor.
Damn it. You don't.
No. Tell you what, though, if I'm president, everybody gets an axe. You chop that fucking leg right off. You don't worry about those chiggers. But I'll tell you what, in the South, they are so worried about chiggers. They don't want...
Oh, fuck.
That's the only reason that Florida has said nothing about the Syrian refugees yet. They're just like, yeah, we're still worried about the chigger problem we got in this state.
Please address your emails to mike@mikeschmidtcomedy.com.
Alabama, no Syrian refugees. Louisiana, no Syrian refugees. Florida, are they wearing hoodies? What kind of candy do the Syrian refugees buy? We must know.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Give people an education. Give people a way to survive.
No, because nobody listens to them anymore. I can't believe Neil deGrasse Tyson is allowed to tweet or talk. How has Rocket's Red Glare not found him on the roof somewhere and shot him because he's a smart black guy? Seriously, how has that not happened? By the way, if anybody knows that reference, I will send you anything you want.
I don't want to get...
Seriously, it's like whenever I see Neil deGrasse Tyson, like he's a meme or something, and then everybody's like, "Oh, this idiot again!" I'm like, this idiot again! This idiot again! Are you fucking joking? That guy knows everything, and he knows it all.
Willful ignorance. Can't let the Syrians in. There's 10,000 Syrian refugees. Don't you know there are 50,000 homeless vets right now?
Neil deGrasse Tyson he'll tell you things about gun control and space, and you're
give
like,
you actual statistics
yes,
that are proven.
and people will go, this guy's got an agenda. Meanwhile, Ben Carson will tell you that the ghost in the sky forgave him for stabbing his friend with a knife or whatever the fuck, and everybody's like, that guy should be president. That guy should be running our country. I believe that dude. Hey, did you know that I got accepted into West Point, but I turned it down? You know, I wanted to be in a general himself asked me at dinner once that I should be in the army. And hey, did that really happen? Well, that's hard. That's how I remember it. What do you mean? That's how you remember it? Basically, what it turns out, he made a pizza and he watched Stripes. That's it. That's what it was. At a dinner, a general told me that I should be in West Point. Well, no, I had a frozen pizza and I watched Stripes, and I thought I could do that.
Oh, fuck.
And then my friend came in and said, hey, I don't want to watch Stripes. Let's turn the channel. And I stabbed him in the stomach. Dun, dun, da, da, dun, 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 dun. Put that guy in office. And I love the argument people will have be like, hey, you're just mad because now we got a black guy. Like, literally, that's basically what it is. That's the only reason Ben Carson gets any support. Hey, you're just mad because now we got a black guy. How come your black guy got a free pass, but our black guy is getting scrutinized? Because your black guy's a lying sack of shit who stabbed somebody.
You know, they had a woman once, too.
Yeah, and then they
pick 'em.
Yeah, and then they fucking pilloried her.
Well, she was a lunatic.
Yeah, but they fucking eat their own.
Well, because they used what they needed to use.
Yes, and then they eat their own because
Yeah,
because it is a crass and cynical attempt at taking over the country. That's it. And look, that's on both fucking sides. All right, I'm voting for Hillary Clinton if she's the nominee, but I'm not she's fucking bananas too. All of them. I don't have any faith in anybody, but I vote because I don't want somebody to tell women what they can and can't do in the bedroom, because some of the time they're in there with me. So,
you know, self-interest is a reason
yes.
to vote. Don't worry, there's enough self-loathing women in this country. We don't need to worry about that. You'll get laid always. Men have that advantage.
Luckily, my friend had a giant belt on, so when I stabbed him, nothing happened. And then Jesus told me I could be in the army. Dun, 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 dun. My favorite part is Trump in Iowa freaking out and going, how does anybody believe this fucking guy?
I know, that made me laugh so hard.
Because I'm like, dude, nobody should be believing you, ever. You're a fucking goofball. You're a hairdo. That's it.
You're a hairdo.
You're a fucking hairdo and everybody's supporting you. And then you're like, I can't believe him. Literally, he's the John Lovitz, Mike Dukakis. I can't believe I'm losing to this fucking guy. Well, nobody can believe that you're supporting you.
It's fucking hysterical.
And I just love Republicans freaking out because they're like, one of these guys is going to get the nomination. What the fuck? And I read
And they are freaking out about it.
Well, I read an article in the Washington Post because they're like, well, the thing that worries us more is not that they could be the nominees at this point. It's that they might win. What if those dudes win? What if fucking, and again, I will tell you this, I made fun of Trump and I was like, fuck Trump and this is a joke. Bullshit. I'm completely on board now. As a guy who likes chaos, fuck yes.
If you think we have problems right now, when we have a level-headed president
Yeah.
saying, I don't want to go to war because I don't want to send children to die, when we know we can't win a war like that.
Elect Trump, please, please, please. And see the state of this country when he spends the first year picking out ties.
Or sending all of your children to war.
Yeah. Try to get a street repaired while that guy's having a conversation with fucking Sonny Bono's ghost on a reality show somewhere in a seance that he put together.
You know, he'll have people for that, though.
He'll have people for everything. That guy's not going to do a fucking thing. I will pick the greatest cabinet of all time. It'll be the best. No losers in my cabinet. I want him to be president just so he wakes up and he's Robert Redford at the end of the fucking candidate and he goes, what do we do now? Because he's really good at trying to get the job, but then he gets the job and as we've seen, he fucks it up. I mean, that's the whole deal.
You know, a country can't really file bankruptcy. You know that, right?
Well, a country's not going to get a loan from its dad.
Well, maybe it will.
Well, who's our dad? France. They sent us that fucking statue. Oh my God, they sent us that statue. No statues allowed in our borders. Has anybody frisked that fucking Statue of Liberty? That could be the long con. Fuck Steve Jobs. When they send us that thing in fucking 1500, that thing's been sitting out there on our borders waiting. You know what? That knows where all our ships go. Dude, that's just a fucking...
She's a spy.
She's a total spy. Statue of Liberty knows where all the shipping is. It knows where all our shipping routes are. Dude, we're fucking boned.
But France is our... Oh, wait, you're right.
Yeah.
The people in France were the ones who did it.
Exactly. Dude.
Oh, shit.
See, that's what happens, man. They send us a statue stuffed with free cheese and they lull us into complacency. And next thing you know, that thing's going to come to life like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and stomp through New York.
Wait a minute. The statue was stuffed with free cheese?
You didn't know that? That was the whole deal. Dude, I took the tour.
Is that what they packed it in?
I went to Staten Island. I took the tour.
I don't remember that.
No, that green exterior, that's like the rough skin, but if you poke your finger in it, it's straight Gouda. Ask me how it was.
How was it?
It's pretty Gouda. Not bad, certainly not bad. I thought it was pretty Gouda. Calm down. Hey, when I was a kid, I stabbed a guy. Dun, dun, da, da, dun, da, dun, da, dun, da, da, da. At least George Washington took out a tree. What do you have? You're goddamn right. Everybody gets a George Washington special when I'm fucking president. There won't be a cherry tree standing or a lie untold.
What the fuck? Oh, Christ.
Everybody gets an axe. Dun, dun, da, da, dun, dun, dun. That's it. That's my platform.
Oh, man.
And I'll get to work on that sugar problem.
Oh, Christ.
Calm down. Everybody losing their minds. And it just opens up, and it's just peeling the onion after the onion after the onion of arguments. You know, no more refugees. Well, you know, if there weren't any refugees, you wouldn't be in this country. Oh, yeah? Well, neither would you. Well, neither would I. Well, this whole fucking country would just be Iroquois growing corn. Oh, my God. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Go help somebody.
Yep.
And by the way, I will not be helping anybody.
You are.
Certainly.
Through laughter.
I'm distracting people.
Your cheese smoke bombs.
Whoosh.
And they stink.
I had a guy who climbed in my Uber, And again, as a guy who likes chaos, this is my favorite thing. This happened. I'll tell you about two different dudes. The first guy gets in my car. I pick him out at a golf course. And people are just assholes. They're on their cell phones, whatever the fuck, that's fine. So he's talking to his wife or whatever. He doesn't, I wave at him and he gets in my car and he's still on his conversation. Puts his golf clubs in the fucking, literally, I picked him up at a golf course, taking him to the airport to fly home. He golfed he got in a quick 9 before he had to get in the fucking plane. One of those guys, all right? One of those masters of the universe who's going to run this country into the fucking ground over the next 20 years. One of those guys whose sons you're going to hate. And he's in the back of this, and he's talking about an outdoor garden party and what kind of china they should use. And he's telling his wife what to do in a very aggressive fashion. No, I don't want to use that china. Use this china. And again, by the way, I say it was his wife. It very well could have been a Chinese houseboy named Honey. I have no idea. But whoever it was on the wrong end of a very aggressive tone and was obviously not putting together a party the way they were supposed to. Because he wanted streamers and he wanted to make sure that the bunting was out. And I mean, dude, I tell you what, if you're a dude in the backseat of an Uber and you're talking about bunting, that's the reason Syrian refugees exist with guns. I was hoping for a terrorist attack just so that conversation would end. Too bad he was Uber X. If he'd been Uber Pool, perhaps I would have picked up Ben Carson who would have stabbed him in the stomach. Bunting, get the fuck out. Unless you're a third base coach, don't ever use the word. That's not the right bunting. I don't want to live in a world where you've got more than one bunting at your house. Hey, make sure you bring out the good bunting for today's thing. Don't put out that moth-eaten bunting that we've been using for the fucking neighbors. I got important people coming over, goddammit. Get out the fancy bunting. It's the kind of guy who's got a cake with cursive writing on it. Ugh. The fuck out of here. Just jam a 1 and a 4 in it and be done. Holy God. But it's her 15th birthday. I don't fucking care. We only had a 4 in the drawer. You just golfed 9 holes. Don't pay so much attention to a party in San Francisco, you fuck. Shut up. Turn your phone off. Be happy you've got a life. Bunting. So he's going on and on. He's talking about that. And they're making ham and turkey and beef, but you wanted to make sure the beef was sliced first because if you don't slice the beef first, you have to let it rest. But if you don't slice the beef first, it gets to be tough. And I'm just listening. And again, it's this will sound stupid. And again, it's me putting me in this place, but it's just disrespectful to have that conversation. First of all, in public, it just seems silly to me, but also people with the sense of entitlement, they get into the fucking car. Hey, look, dude, I'm trying to listen to the Chill Station. I'm trying to listen to some fucking ambient trance. And instead I got to hear you fucking telling Honey to make sure you use the good bunting. Fuck you. Where's the Syrian with an assault rifle now? God damn, I wish I was wearing a vest. So that motherfucker finally finishes talking. We're going to the airport. And also, he's one of these dudes. Like, I'm going to the Burbank airport. I've lived here 20 years. I know where the fucking Burbank airport is. So I'm driving, and I'm going to go up to Vineland and Van Owen. Like, I know how I'm doing it. And I'm driving, and he goes, and I go to go left. He goes, no, now left here. And I go, okay. Because I go the way people tell me. Again, you're paying. It's fine. I don't give a fuck if you take me on a trip around the world. The meter is running. Act accordingly. But when you're on a fucking cell phone, you're not paying attention. And you think, because again, he thinks that I'm taking him for a ride. And finally he just goes, hey, do you live here? Are you from the Valley? I said, I'm from Chicago. He goes, well, I've been here a lot. I know where the airport is. And I'm like, all right. You know what they have at the airport? Really great bunting.
I love that you said you're from Chicago just to be an ass.
Yeah, I did. No, I'm from Chicago. Because I stare at my phone like I don't know where I'm. And truth be told, hey man, I know where shit is, but I don't know how to get there the best way. So I always tell people when they get in the car, if you have a better route, tell me. I don't mind. And you know who always has a better route? 45-year-old white men. They always know where they're going better than I do. All of them. 50-year-old white men. They always know. Hey, no left here. No left here. Go up another block. I look at the phone, 6 minutes slower to go another block. No problem. My robot is smarter than you. But I'll listen to you. That's fine.
Is that a Steve Jobs robot?
September 11th, 2021. Steve Jobs' dad was a Syrian.
I want to make that my ringtone.
Oh my God, what had happened? But then everybody will know. Everybody will know.
I think that's fucking hysterical.
Every Apple product will do that. Apple TV, Apple Watches.
Products without speakers.
It's just going to fucking happen. September 11th,
I'm making that my ringtone just to piss people off.
2021, the 20th anniversary of 9/11. All of all of your Apple product belong to us. So this fucking guy's talking about bunting and ham. And he's telling me which way to go, turn left, go right, go straight, whatever the fuck, fine. So I'm just like smirking. I'm driving. And finally, he turns his phone off. And he goes, well, you can turn the music up if you want. And I said, oh, I'm okay. And he goes, no, I'd like the music up. And I said, oh, okay. So I turned it up for him. And he goes, no, you got to take a right up here. And I don't have to take a right up there, but I will. Again, I will go wherever the fuck you want. And finally he goes, so you're from Chicago? And I go, yeah. And he goes, what do you think about what happened in Paris? And I went, I thought it was great.
Oh my God, you didn't.
Just because I'm looking in the rearview mirror at him, I just want to see, because he wasn't even listening. He just goes, "What'd you think about what happened in Paris?" And I go, "I think it was great." And he goes, "Yeah, it was unbelievable, right? Whatever happened, I couldn't believe when and he didn't even hear me. He didn't even hear me, and I knew he wouldn't. I'm pissed that he didn't, but I knew he wouldn't." The reason I said it was because I wanted to freeze him just for a second because I wanted to have that conversation to go, what if that really was my answer? Who asks the question, what did you think about what happened in Paris? Because again, the only thing you can say is, yeah, that was fucking terrible. No, unless you're me. I thought it was great. I'm so pissed because I wanted him to freak out and have that conversation. Nope. Yeah, it was amazing, right? I couldn't believe it when I was watching the news. And I'm just like, dude, I just said it was great. Missed it completely. So pissed. So pissed. But again, who asks that? You know who asks that? Someone with multiple buntings at their house.
Yes.
What did you think about what happened in Paris?
What did he think?
Well, it's interesting you would ask. He thinks it's France's comeuppance because they've been weak for so long. It was France's comeuppance because they've been weak for so long, and maybe this will toughen them up. And I wanted to go, the country that survived the Nazi occupation, you want to toughen them up, do you? Okay. The people who invented parkour, guys who can run up a 7-Eleven wall with no special shoes, you want to fucking toughen those guys up? You want to toughen the land of Jean-Claude Van Damme up? Yes, it's Belgium. I get it. I fucking get it. And yes, some of those were the terrorists. Holy fuck. Am I saying Jean-Claude Van Damme's a terrorist? Maybe. All I'm going to say is security footage from those restaurants shows a guy doing the splits on 2 different Uber cars and shooting it up.
The thing that makes me laugh the most about that, though, is, they say pay attention to your surroundings. He asked you a question, and you responded with what a terrorist might say.
Maybe.
And he just walked right by it.
Yeah, if you see something, say something.
Great. What?
What do you think about what happened in Paris? I thought it was great. Yeah, it was pretty unbelievable, right? Boy, that was crazy.
Pay attention to your surroundings, or don't.
Yeah.
Was 9/11 our punishment then for being too soft?
Well, what about 9/11?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I forgot.
Lobbing you the softballs, knocking him out of the park. Oh, I want to punch him and I don't even know him.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Everybody, calm down.
Everybody.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy and shot by Syrian refugees. That's my remix. Everybody in the club getting tipsy and shot by Syrian refugees. But not a true statement. Everybody in the club getting tipsy and shot by 4 waffle makers, 3 cheese eaters, and a guy who stumbled in from Syria through Greece. Fuck, Paul Simon says syllables and there's far too many in that sentence.
Is Miami Sound claw machine and a mix with that? There's a matchup I would like to hear.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy and shot by 4 Belgian waffle makers, 3 cheese eaters, and a guy who stumbled in through Greece from Syria. I know you can't control yourself any longer.
Oh, Christ. Oh, Allah.
Akbar, right?
Oh, Akbar.
Oh,
Do you think the Akbar in Silver Lake will get blown up now?
it might.
It's a gay bar, which I think is hysterical. Akbar is a gay bar.
I want to take you there. You. I want to take you to a gay bar.
But, you know, I'm sure someone will pick it outside soon because, you know, it's the Akbar, even though it's a gay bar. It's, you know, people love to, you know, there were a...
Are you kidding? Well, hold on a second. If it's a gay Muslim bar, I can't believe it hasn't been blown up yet. Listen, hold on. Let's put our ears out the window. Yeah, actually, though, I can tell you what. If there's any bar that will not be the victim of a terrorist bombing, it's a gay Muslim bar. Because no self-respecting bouncer at a gay Muslim bar is letting anybody wearing a vest in the door. Unless it's a leather vest.
Fuck.
Calm down. You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can find me at Facebook.com/the40-year-old boy. Be my friend there. Why not? After a show like this, I need all the friends I can get, folks. Step up and be my friend. So me and you and Bomb Pop and Chinese Rick can push our shopping cart down the war-torn fucking fallout streets of Georgia. Follow me at twitter.com/the40-year-old boy, and I'll tweet. You know what? If I get 10 followers this week, 10 followers that I know, not bots. I get a lot of fucking sex bots following me and people like that. Yeah, that's right. But if 10 people follow me, I'll tweet jokes all week. I got an idea because it's like I saw a comedian who has a Patreon page, and I thought of starting that. Except I've exhausted everybody who gives me a dime. I feel terrible about it. But if I started a Patreon page instead of people donating, I thought maybe that would be something that would work. And I saw a page of someone who's a Patreon person, and they're like, if you give a certain amount, it's like a monthly Kickstarter, basically.
Yeah.
And they offered to write a blog post on whatever a person who gives a certain amount, they will write one blog post a month about what that person wants. Or they'll write a joke about a topic that person wants. I thought it was a neat thing. So if I get 10 Twitter followers this week, I will tweet all week. I'll tweet jokes all week. How about that?
Did you do that already?
No, I don't. I kind of let it lay dormant. I'll retweet things, and I might write a joke, but I spend a lot of time in the fucking car, so I don't do stuff.
That was on tweet.
That was funny. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Fucking hysterical.
So when I write a funny joke and I put it on Twitter, it makes me happy. And unless Mark is there to fucking deconstruct it and ruin it. But if I get 10 of you guys, 10 new followers on Twitter, I'll tweet all week, man. I'll tweet at least one joke, maybe 2 jokes a day. How's that sound? Who wants 20 jokes this week? Is there 10 days in a week? But it's this. You know what I just said? Literally, I said 2 jokes a day, 20 jokes a week. What? That math doesn't jibe. Where am I, Alabama? They call Alabama the Crimson Tide. Call me Deacon Blues. So my point is, if you follow me, I will write jokes this week. How about that? Let's do that. It's on you, folks. It's your job to fucking to motivate me and let me write some fucking jokes. Because there are some cool ass people on Twitter who follow me, and then they'll retweet me and stuff like that, which I like. And then they're cool. There's a guy.
You should retweet everything. I don't understand.
Who the fuck is the dude who every time I write a joke now on Twitter just writes "fuck yeah"? He makes it's MJ something. I don't know his name. I'll figure.
I think his last name is Fuck Yeah. I think he's just
That's what his name is? Maybe he doesn't like the joke. That's just his name. It's a spill-off, kind of a run-over into the actual text block. All right. Regardless, follow me on Twitter. Fuck yeah.
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
Eddie is ding donging in the car.
Is he?
All the time now. Yeah.
I do it by myself and there's nobody to make laugh. Because it was nice. Some people wrote last week and they were like, "This is the funniest fucking show."
You should do that to everybody that gets into your car as they Uber. So where are we going, ding dong? Just see how long before someone goes, "Do you keep saying ding dong?"
Did you put the destination in ding dong?
Would you do that all day one day when you're driving?
What do you mean? Who are you asking? I told the guy Paris was great. Would you do that? Yes, I would do that.
I really want to hear the stories of how many don't even.
I'm torn. You know what? I'm torn between acting the fool and getting a good star rating because I'm so obsessed with the goddamn star rating on Uber. It's just this video game and I can't fall. Like yesterday, I fell from a 486 to a 485. I'm not even joking. And I was like, God damn it. But then this morning, I turned it on, 486. Last night's Ubering brought me back up a 0.01. Yeah, you're goddamn right.
Maybe he did notice that you said.
That guy, he was the one guy who brought me down. I think this guy said the attacks in Paris were great.
Ding dong.
If only I had some fresh bunting in the back, I would strangle him like Clemenza.
Fuck yeah.
Ding dong. So some people were very nice last week, and they're like, "Dude, this is the funniest show." It was that thing where I'll do a funny show now, and I want to just fucking, because I want to tell everybody in the fucking world how funny I am. I want to just go, God damn it, this is fucking great. But you know, I have a limited capacity and a limited audience, and honestly, limited interest. Don't care. What do I want to be, famous or interesting or being able to earn a living doing the thing I'm best at? Fuck that. That's crazy. That makes no sense. Hey, I think Holiday Baking Championship is on. Ding dong. Our friend Todd Rush, ding dong. He stopped. He wrote me like a really awesome Facebook thing, and it's so funny because I did the show and I put it out there. I haven't listened to it. Okay. And then Todd wrote me and he goes, dude, he writes all this funny stuff. And I'm like, fuck, I said all that funny shit. And he goes, all right, well, I stopped the show halfway through because I had to type this now. I'm like, you still got to have an awesome show ahead of you, dude. I'm fucking great. Our friend Alan Miller wrote on my page, he goes, this is the funniest show of the year. And it's, as you know, because I'm all about black and white and splitting, I'm like, that's great news. And yet that means 26 shows sucked. Great. Thanks. I'm glad, Alan. Well, I'm glad you hated him.
No, it just means that.
I know that.
People should give as a Christmas gift, ding dong.
Well, I agree, but I thought episode 20, ding dong. See, that's the thing. I loved episode 20 when I did it. I was like, oh, that was so great. And it's such a shame it took me 20 episodes to hit my stride this year. But still, I've been funny all the fucking time. I done been funny the whole goddamn time. Where you people been? Quit fucking lagging behind, goddammit. Catch up. Crack the fucking whip. Whoopsh. Let the music play. He won't get away. I talked about that on a show once too, didn't I? About how that song's the scariest song of all time.
How many albums does Pink Floyd have out?
71.
Seriously?
No, I think it's 11.
11? But one of them is truly the greatest album they've ever made.
Well, for me, but it all
But
depends.
that's what I'm
Some
saying.
people will say
So it's
Dark
like-
Side is better than The Wall.
They're
Some people
wrong.
think Wish You Were Here is better than Collision of Conformity. What the fuck was that other
Wall
one?
is hands down the most incredible.
For
album.
me, it is. Greatest
Right.
multimedia and music experience.
Yes.
I love it.
So the point though is that does not make any of the other. That doesn't make Dark Side bad.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So episode 20 last week was My Fair Warning. No, other people would say last week was My Van Halen 1, but episode 20 was My Fair Warning.
There you go.
All right, if we want to go Van Halen-wise.
Well, I was going with Pink Floyd, but you can jump to Van Halen. That's fine.
So you would say that last week's show was My 90125, where episode 20 was My Tornado. I just wanted to say Tornado. Literally, I don't know any other Yes album names. I just wanted to say Tornado because the cover was like a tornado tomato.
Okay, I want
You
to
say
know-
tornado, I say tomato.
Do you know where my brain went?
Yes.
I thought you said 90210,
Ah, okay.
and
And then tornado.
no, and
Tornado.
then Sharknado.
Sharknado.
That's what I heard, and I'm like, you're really going with Ian's career? You jumped.
I did
to-
Ian Ziering?
Yes, that's where I thought you were going, and I'm like, did he really just? My head is fucking letters.
And you know what? That brings it all the way back around because we were talking about me tweeting jokes. Literally, Ian Ziering is the punchline to the one joke I sold to Jay Moore. Like literally, when Jay Moore was doing his sports show, I used to send jokes all the time.
What joke did you sell that?
I said, just over the weekend, Jason Priestley actually won a NASCAR junior competition. He won a race, and it was his first championship. Coincidentally, Ian Ziering parallel parked my car at Barney's Beanery last night. Ian Ziering, I apologize, and I got to see Jay. Jay Moore did it. It's because I've seen Jay Leno do my joke, and I've seen Jay Moore do my joke. I only sell jokes to Jays.
No doubt.
Paul Jay, are you out there? I'll send you a joke, buddy.
Did you ever sell one to J.P. Morgan? She's very funny.
I saw her tits.
Wow.
J.P. Morgan. God damn, I love the Gong Show. It's funny you would mention that. In my Uber, I'm obsessed with the star rating, like I said, 485 and 486 and all that bullshit. Well, I mean, we can rate the customers too. Some of them don't even fucking know that. Like this dude got in the car and he's talking about star ratings, and I'm like, yeah. I go, it's interesting that I go, a lot of guys, some drivers won't pick people up because of their star rating. He goes, what are you talking about? I go, we rate you just like you rate us. He goes, oh, is that serious? And I go, yeah. And he goes, what's my star rating? I said, well, I can't tell you because I'm driving. I go, but I'll tell you before you get out of the car. And I'm not even joking. I looked it up. He was a 4.1, which is the lowest I've ever seen. And so I said to him, I just laughed. I go, dude, I got to be honest with you. You're literally the lowest star rating I've ever seen. I go, I've only been doing this a month, but you're a 4.1, which is obnoxiously bad in this town.
And what did he respond?
He couldn't. He was aghast. Literally, he's just like, "What? I don't." And then he like was so upset. He's like, "Well, you know, one time somebody stole my credit card. Maybe they Ubered and they behaved badly in the car as me." I'm like, yes.
God.
Fuck you, Halloween. You're just a dick. Don't pretend that some guy pretended to be you and was a jag-off. But that's the thing. The star rating, when you tell people about it, they get fucking weird, man. Just like I get weird.
Well, it's because they now know they have to be held accountable for
Yeah.
sitting on their phone and treating you like shit.
Exactly, because people are entitled. Oh man, Uber people, they're so fucking entitled. I can't tell this story. I want to. I'll do it next week maybe.
Well, you said there was somebody else you wanted to talk about.
But I'll do that on the other side, maybe. Well, because I said there were 2 Uber guys to do with fucking Paris. I mean, and there's a second guy, but and I talked about him.
Do you have celebrity stars in your Uber ever?
I've had 2. I had 2 last week. I had two real people. I started to talk about this last week, as a matter of fact. Wait, before we get into this, what were we talking about? I was talking about something. The Ian Ziering joke and Jay Moore. I guess I got it out. I did a guy. I talked about this guy who smelled really good last week, but I don't think I ever said who he was. Remember, I pulled up and you said, "Did you bite him?" Because he smelled so good, and he got in the car with his family. They're going to a British thing, and he was a DJ named Darren Emerson, who it turns out he started the Underworld Collective, and he was voted like the 100th best DJ in the world by magazines in the UK.
You can even recognize a DJ by name or look. Makes me fear.
Well, honestly, I didn't. I smelled him and I smelled Rich. And then as we were talking,
What does Rich smell like? Cinnamon?
it doesn't smell like my car. I'll tell you that. It smells like hope, and baby powder, and Hermes Terre. That was the cologne he was wearing because I had to ask. Because I'm not a cologne guy, but it actually made me think about getting back in the game. I'm like, you know what, man? Because I used to love cologne.
Don't get in the game as a Uber driver.
Well, I used to love not as an Uber driver. No, well, I've gotten on a plane and a guy had cologne. I wrote that. I go, if you get on a plane with cologne on, you're worse than Muhammad Atta. Seriously.
Oh my God, I almost choked.
It is. No, yeah. Colognes are box cutters for the nose. That's all they are. Because, yeah, Muhammad Atta brought a plane down, but nobody could taste him for fucking 4 hours.
Oh,
So horrible. You wear cologne on a plane, die.
yeah.
I think that 9/11 was not a coordinated effort. I think it was 4 planes that had people wearing cologne and 12 dudes who were fed up.
Just got fed up.
In fact, that 4th plane was actually heading for Calvin Klein's house. But then they rolled it into the ground in Pennsylvania. And now they have to spend eternity together.
Who was the other celebrity? I think we've talked about terrorists enough.
Well, you know what's funny is I also tell you this. I drive. I wanted to say this sentence. I almost twittered this sentence last night just because I wanted to say 10-year-old me would have never realized. Last night, I Ubered a transsexual over 35 miles. Like I like that sentence would make no sense exactly right. I Ubered a transsexual for over 35 miles, so it was like a lot of dough. I made some big dough off of her, but yeah, she was a Guatemalan transsexual.
And you know this because she didn't stop talking about it?
Because I fucking knew.
Oh.
Because I knew.
Well, a lot of people will talk about it. That whole joke, how could you tell a transsexual in the room? She'll be the one who tells you.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, when I turned around and her cock flopped out in the back seat, I was like, well, hold
It
on.
does have a tendency to let you understand
Yeah.
that.
She had an Adam's cock. That's how I knew for sure she was,
Observation,
yeah. Her hands were bigger than mine when we held them as I drove.
That's beautiful.
As I reached back and I said, you need help with your bag? And I reached under her skirt and she said, no, I got it. I said, so do I.
That was not the celebrity, though.
No. Well, I don't know. It might have been. Because come on, if you see a Guatemalan transsexual, that's a celebrity somewhere, right? South America, North America, somebody has seen that in all its glory and paid it for what it does.
Or love.
Well, I'm sure she was loved. And I will tell you this, she was a lovely woman who told me right away, my English is not so good. And then I said, are you wearing a vest?
What do you think of Paris?
She said, how do you feel about the Paris?
You're all idiots!
She said, I very much like your country. I like the Eddie Bauer. I don't know why she has an Italian accent as a Guatemalan transsexual. But,
Who was the other celebrity?
so this Guatemalan transsexual gets into my car. And then I went on to make a Vampire in Brooklyn.
Is that the new two guys walk into a bar? So these two guys get into an Uber.
No, a Guatemalan transsexual gets into my car. A Guatemalan transsexual gets into an Uber.
That's the new thing, right?
And a 2-foot salami under one arm. And then the parrot says. And then John Bender falls through the roof of my car.
So who was the other celebrity?
Well, so I have to finish the Guatemalan transsexual. She got in the car. I do. And we drove over 35 miles. And granted, she chose pool, so it was going to be a discounted thing. And then I had to pick up another dude who could not stop looking into the back seat at the Guatemalan transsexual because she was shiny. I will not lie. And then, so we went. I had to take her to Simi Valley.
Of course.
But not the one you're thinking of. I actually had to take her to Seamy Valley.
Oh. Idiot.
I had to take her to Unseemly Valley. That was, oh my God. So I take this Guatemalan transsexual to Simi Valley, and which is over 35 miles. So it's like you get, but she chose pool, so it was a lower rate, but it was still like a $48 ride or $45 ride or something. And then as I pulled up, it was a quiet neighborhood, and I pulled up to the door, and she had a suitcase and like 5 bags. And she said, my English is no good. And I'm just like, is it cold back there? Is it warm? Heat or a brrr? So I don't know how to communicate. It's like talking to a cat. I don't know fucking clue.
Like talking to a cat.
Seriously. Meow. You hungry? Who's hungry? Are you hungry? Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Guatemalan transsexual. Who's a good whatever you're choosing to be today? What are you dressed up as? What's on the outside? What's on the inside? Who are you today? Who are you going to be today? Who are you going to be? Danny Elfman. Oingo Boingo. So, which by the way, that was her stage name.
Oingo Boingo.
The Guatemalan transsexual, yes. She was Oingo Boingo. Oingo Kaboingo. And we pulled up to her quiet house in her unseemly valley. And I said, do you want help with your bags? Because I'm a jerk. Only I can make the offer of help sound terribly condescending.
Yes.
And she's like, no. And I go, what? And so I get out and I get the suitcase out of the trunk. And then she's got a bunch of bags. And then she just kind of walked to the door and she left bags in my car. So I grabbed them and I went up to the door. And she said, oh, thank you. And I said, thank you very much. And she said, here for a coffee. And I said, pardon me? And she handed me $5.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I go, you don't have to do this.
But you
And
helped her
she
carry bags.
understood,
Relax.
but
And she knew she took pool, so she knew she was saving a little money so that she could tip you out for being nice.
right,
That's
and that's great. It's nice, but I immediately went, no, you don't really, because I felt bad because she didn't speak English and she's in a big wide world and she doesn't know what to do. I felt terrible.
Maybe she's like the brains of the Guatemalan
She could
sound
be.
machine, and she's here. But maybe she's really smart just because she can't communicate with you because you don't know how to speak her language doesn't make her dumb.
I didn't mean she was dumb. I said I want again. Hey, look, it's a problem. I'm admitting it's a fucking problem.
Nice, and she gave you a tip, and you should just say thank you.
I did say thank you. I didn't do. So what? I wasn't a jerk about it. I gave her a hug. I got my $5 and I left.
That sounds dirty.
That's how I do it with all of my Uber people, as you know.
hug all of your Uber and take pictures.
It's in the fucking newspaper.
Do you take selfies with all your Uber people as you hug?
Oh yeah.
It was a great ride.
Wee! Wasn't it great listening to thump thump music in the back seat while I ignored you? Yay!
Because I saw you in the paper. You hug all your Uber people.
I do. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. That's probably why she fucking goes, I don't need any help with my bags. Huggy McSqueezerson.
Oh, Christ.
So she gave me $5 and I was like, that's really nice. I mean, she didn't have to do that. And I got in the car and I bailed. But the other celebrity was someone, it was a Halloween night. And I went to pick up this person who came out dressed like a deer. But like
Dresses as a deer for Halloween.
sexy women because they didn't want to be a cat that day.
Oh, when I think about all the animals I want to fuck, deer are right at the top.
No doubt. Well, I'll tell you what, I got news for you. You would have seen this girl, number one with a bullet. All of a sudden, your list would have changed. I guarantee
She's
it.
a deer.
Well, because when she came, I will tell you this. When she came out at first, I was like, is she a tiger? Like, I didn't know, because I knew she wasn't a cat, because it was more of a brown shorts and ensemble. It was that sort of thing. But then when she got in the car and I looked in the rearview mirror, I saw the face, and she had the black nose. Because kitty cats are all the whiskers and all that bullshit, but she went black nose, and immediately it said deer to me, because she also had the frosted, like, white eyes, which may have been makeup, or someone might have been very excited about that dark nose. So... you know what? Actually, you know what? She had a black nose and frosted white eyes. She was Sharon Stone from Casino after De Niro beat her up. So she gets in the back seat and she said, look in the mirror. And she turned the light on and she goes, what am I? And I said, are you Bambi? And she just started clapping, and she goes, oh my God, I do. I look like a deer. That's all I wanted to make sure, because she goes, I'm a deer. And she had little hoof things and all that. She had the whole nine. And then we started talking, and she mentioned that she had been at a cast party, and this was a party for a set director. And so that sort of thing kind of leaked out. And then finally I go, look, I'm going to ask, you don't have to tell me. I go, she asked what I did. She goes, what do you do? And I said, well, I do what everybody else in town does. You know, I said, I'm a comedian and I write, I have a podcast. And she's like, oh my God, what's your podcast? And I go, you won't like it.
Because that's how we grow the podcast, by telling people not to listen.
Listen, I have test marketed this show to deer for years. I have antler scars to prove it. So, no, I told her what it was, and she was like, okay. And she like texted, put it in her notes to ignore later. And then she mentioned herself, and she was on a show, and then this makeup guy, and I just went, oh, I go, what show are you on? She goes, I said, are you, because let's put it this way. I knew when I saw her that she was an actress or something.
Yeah.
And I said, I even said, I go, are you a dancer? And she goes, I am. And that's a good entry to, because then it opens up the game show actress or stripper. Because if it's an actress, they're flattered that you thought that perhaps they were multi-talented enough to be a dancer. And if they're a stripper, they're flattered enough to think that you actually thought they were lithe and graceful enough to be a regular dancer and not taking their clothes off. And I don't say that to malign strippers.
Yes, I understand.
You know what I mean? It's
I
like,
get what you're saying.
right. So that's what I mean is she was a very beautiful woman. And you know, she was wearing her shorts pulled up really high, and so you could see legs for days. And so that's why I was like, well, are you a dancer? And she said, actually, I am. And she was a little kind of shocked that I guessed it. And she goes, I work in TV. I work on, you know, as a dancer on a dancing show. And we talked. And then I said, may I ask what show? I go, I don't mean to be that guy. And I go, and she just goes, Dancing with the Stars. I said, oh, the show. And she started laughing, and she goes, yeah. She goes, I work on that show. And she told me her name, and I said, okay, great. And she goes, are you on Twitter? I said, yes. And she has not followed me yet. But she told me her name was Brittany, and I said, oh, okay. Well, I said, I'll look you up. I don't even know. So I dropped her off up in the fucking hills at a mansion at a party, and then she pranced out of my car, and then a hunter shot her. So don't go to a party up in the hills dressed as a deer. That's the message, folks.
There's a safety vest. Oh.
No vests.
Only she had a safety vest.
If only. So she was struck down.
Oh, the poor girl.
Terrible. It was quite a tragedy.
So she was Bambi's mom.
So So then I drive and I pull over, and as I had to go find another Uber person, but nobody was going, I put in the name Brittany Dancing with the Stars, and she came up, and her name is Brittany Cherry, which is a fantastic porn name. Mm-hmm. But she's a dancer person. And then I go and find her on Twitter. And again, I don't know the power of the show. I didn't know if she was a contestant or because again, I told her, I go, look, I have no touchstone to what you do. I said, I love dancing. I will, you know, I know there's two major shows. So I go, and you're on the one. And then there's the other one where they, you know, bring in Ozone and Turbo to teach young ghetto kids how to dance or whatever the fuck on Fox. But her name is Brittany Cherry. And then I go, and she's got I think she's got fucking 20,000 Twitter followers or 10,000 Twitter followers. Like she's a big deal. And then the best part was I go 2 days later and I look at her account and there's pictures. So if you want to go to Brittany Cherry just Google her and find her Twitter account, and you'll see what she looked like the night I picked her up, because she put up pictures from the Halloween party in her deer costume. So you can see what she looked like in my car and what she did when she got in. But then, like, I didn't follow her, and I was gonna. And then on November 6th, she wrote, "I always have the most interesting conversations with my Uber drivers." And I was like, well, I'm glad you waited a week to post that. Obviously, this is about me. Because I made you laugh. Remember when I made you laugh, Brittany Cherry? I made you laugh, Brittany Cherry, remember? Have me on your dance show. I can, Running Man.
You actually can.
I actually can. That's about all I can do. Teach me how to Dougie, Brittany. Teach me how to Brittany, Dougie. Teach me how to Cherry, Dougie, Brittany. Teach me how to Brittany Cherry, Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie, Brittany Cherry.
Oh, Christ.
I'm making myself laugh. Dumb nonsense. All right. So, yeah, I can't get into Uber shit now. I'll do it next week. It's just, yeah, because that's pointless. But I'll tell you about the other guy on the other side, because we're still in the middle of the plugs, aren't we? Aren't we doing something? Weren't we?
Say you can get you.
Holy Jesus. You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. And you guys can find me at Twitter.com/Brittany Cherry's Driver. And remember, if this is me, I'm like, I drove a deer from Dancing with the Stars who has 20,000 Twitter followers. If 10 of you follow me this week, I'll write a joke. What a failure! God damn it. You know what I need? A map and directions to a soccer game. That's all I fucking need. Let's do this. If I want to grow this show, I got to do it incrementally. One soccer stadium at a time. And then today, there was supposedly like an ambulance full of explosives outside of a fucking German soccer stadium. Dude, again, I'm telling you folks, this is not about refugees. This is not about religion. This is about soccer. Be my friend at Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. Follow me at Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. Hey, again, if 10 people follow me this week, I'll write jokes all week. Why not? Throw it. I'll put a burden on you. I could just write jokes all week, but fuck that. I'm going to make you guys work for it. And what if the jokes blow? What if I did that? That'd be terrible. Our friend David Hernandez does all of the artwork for this show. You can find him at artbydmh.com. He does all the music, all of the artwork, all of the unbelievably amazing things that you've associated with the show over the years are all attributed to David Hernandez. Please find him at facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez. Be his friend there and find out all about atheism. Or you can go to artbydmh.com and be his pal there. And you can commission him to do artwork for you. You can get Guy Cons or Valscapes. He's got those for sale. And he will also do personalized artwork for you. And I will tell you this. We've been thinking of putting him on Touch like Bob Ross. Did you see that? They've been showing old Bob Ross and it got like 10 million viewers or something like that. That can't be real, right? I mean, that's just stoners ironically watching, right? There's no other reason. And I'll tell you this, I've watched his television show and I actually enjoyed it. I dug it because that guy was like totally calm and he's painting stuff and he's making shit happen. And again, I talk to Mex all the time and I go, dude, as a musician, is this good? Hey, as a bass player, has Gene Simmons any good? Like, I'll ask him these questions. And with Bob Ross, like, I don't know if Bob Ross is a good artist. I just know that he's a guy I probably wouldn't mind having macaroons with while he talked to me really silently. You know, I mean, he just seems like a calm dude. And I'll tell you what, he's never been more calm than he is right now. Although his painting has suffered since his death. However, his demeanor has certainly just flatlined a little bit. I mean, he's taken the edge off. Honestly, death took the edge off Bob Ross. However, it did nothing for his painting skills. Ryan Dirks does all the web stuff for the show. Go to facebook.com/Ryan Dirks. I owe him an email and a text. Both, clearly. And that's, our producer, our friend, our confidant, the woman who probably should have a microphone at some point, but does not want one, is our friend Lily Von Stupp. You can find Lily. First of all, be her friend at facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. Go ahead. It's facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. Go ahead and follow her at several different Twitter accounts. Twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, Twitter.com/MNTs, Twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, and Twitter.com/ we had a new one last week.
BQ classes?
BQ classes.
I don't know. I have a bunch.
Sign up to show people your nipples. She'll teach you how to show people your nipples.
I'll teach you how to not show people your nipples.
Teach me how to nipples, Brittany. So she will go ahead and do that. You can go ahead and sign up to twitter.com/BQclasses. But if you'd like to write her a personal note and find out the thing I was going to say in the beginning of the show that she told me not to say, and she'll just write you in confidence because you guys are now such close friends.
You can just tell them it's them.
No, that's fine.
Save my email.
I want them to deluge you with requests.
I do get people emailing me with these questions.
Do they
It's
really?
Really stupid.
I love it. That's
Because
what it
it's
should
like,
be.
Do you really expect me to answer this if I told him not to say it on the air? I have a cut and paste for that.
So write her a personal note
Yeah, please do.
and find out if she will cut and paste you in the future.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to see her cutting some pasties, ha 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 ha, boobs. Go ahead and write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Johnny's in America, Lotex at the wheel. No one reads anyone, they don't even just pretend. Johnny's in America. I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. I'm afraid I can't help it. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. I'm afraid I can't help it. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid of Americans. Johnny's in America. Johnny wants a brain. Johnny wants to suck on a coke. Johnny wants a woman. Johnny wants to think of a joke. Johnny's in America. I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. I'm afraid I can't help it. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. I'm afraid I can't help it. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid of Americans. Johnny's in America. Johnny looks up at the stars. Johnny combs his hair. Johnny wants pussy and cars. Johnny's in America. Johnny's in America. I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. I'm afraid I can't help it. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. I'm afraid I can't help it. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. I'm afraid I can't help it. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. I'm afraid I can't help it. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid of Americans. God is an American. 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 God is an American.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. Now, there may be no laughter for a second, not because I'm not funny, but it's because Lily's mouth is crammed full of peeps. She she got here today to record, and I said, hey, can we go to Walgreens? And she said, no. And I said, what? She goes, no, I'm parked facing the other way. We can't go. And I said, well, take my car. She goes, oh, okay, fine. So we hopped in the car and we headed off to Walgreens, and we get in there because here's what I needed, folks. I needed biotin, and I know you're thinking to yourselves, well, couldn't that wait? No, it could not. All of my hair will fall out if I stop taking the biotin. That's how it works, folks. I am old. I will lose all of my hair. I am fat. I cannot be bald as well. Literally, because that is just honestly, I will just give head to a shotgun and vanish. I will just literally turn my skull into a vapor of bits of brain and blood and bone, because if I am bald as well as fat, finish me. Done. Over. Send Sub-Zero over to fucking freeze me and then smash me into bits. Send Liu Kang over to fucking cut my head off. I think that's 2 different games. Who cares? That's Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. But finish me. Finish him. Finish us. Finish us both. Finish me. But the way to stop that, the way to prevent those bad things from happening is by taking biotin. Because then I will stay fat, but I will be follicularly enhanced. I will still be. Are you okay? How we doing?
If you say so.
I am the only one who says so. Because then as we went, so we go to Walgreens and I go to get biotin because I'm out of biotin because I have a supplement regimen, folks. I take this. I take a little bit of that. I take a little bit of Monica in my life. I take a little bit of Sandra for my strife. A little bit of Rita on my knees. A little bit of Tina, if you please. A little bit of Sandra in the sun.
As far as you got, shocked
No kidding,
the
right?
fuck out of me.
It's weird because I only memorized up to Mambo number 3. I should not have any of the 5 committed. But for some reason.
Because you're hip. You only like his lesser known words.
Yeah, I don't like, fuck bag. I don't like the ones that everybody, I don't go for that.
Oh,
No can do.
Mambo number 5 was good, but it was no Mambo number 2.
Of course not. Fucking
Underrated, totally.
Lou Bega's early stuff was so much better. Pre-Trilby. Pre-Montel Williams look. I knew him when he was a Marley, when he was a Bob Marley mark. Bam, bam, jump up and down. All right, never mind. What if I did the whole song? What if I busted out the whole goddamn song?
I'm waiting to hear more about the biotin, and I was there.
I'm so mad in that car. I wanted that guy, when I said I thought it was great, I wanted him to just panic so I could because I wanted to have the discussion of like, why would you ever ask, what did you think of Paris? Because who's going to say it's great? Me as a joke, and then we can have that discussion. But no.
The terrorist.
Yeah. Well, not anymore. That's what Lecter would say. Not anymore. That's the kind of things Miggs would say. Not anymore.
Megs.
Multiple Miggs in the next cell. What did he say?
You tell me.
No, I can't, because you have to say it, because otherwise it doesn't hold the power that I would say.
Do it.
All right.
Do it. Je refuse. I'm French.
All right, Charlie Hebdo. So I had to go buy biotin, folks, because my brain is, well, not my brain, my hair is falling out, not my brain.
Well, your
That's
brain is.
why-
You were like, honestly, you looked like you hadn't had crack in 4 days. You were like, I gotta go to Walmart, and I'm like,
Well-
so we walk over to where the prescriptions are, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, is he on some sort of meds he didn't tell me about, and he's gone 2 days without him? And then you start looking at supplements, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I take supplements every single day, and the thing is, the biotin is completely unnecessary because I take a multivitamin that contains biotin, and I Googled it while we were there. If you recall, we were standing there, and I Googled it to go, well, how much? The phrase I Googled was, how much biotin does your body absorb? Because there's a certain amount you need every day, and then the rest is really nothing. It's just swimming around in your body, going, "Fuck, where's the there's a real biotin party in here. It's like a sausage party. Biotin's like, where's all the chicks? There's none. It's terrible." So then it rides on a wave right out of your body through blood or sweat. I'm sweating biotin,
Or
folks.
urine.
No, not me. I don't urinate. Something I should probably disclose to you people. Anyway, dude. Yeah, it's stupid.
Welcome to Biotin Talk.
Yeah. Good Christ. So the bottom line is I bought 10,000 MCGs.
So you went with the 10,000.
I did, yeah. Do you know what you need a day?
10.
30.
30.
I bought the one that has 10,000. 10,000. Wait, can you hear Lou, the racist bartender, yelling?
Do you have like 10,000 maniacs of biotin running through your body?
There's a shiver in my bones, certainly, I can tell you that. Just thinking about all that biotin.
If biotin are the Syrian refugees,
Mm-hmm.
30 of those 10,000 are important.
Yeah, but that
I
means...
don't know.
Right, but
This is why you have the mic. I give up.
I don't know. I was trying to do the math on it in my head. I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense. Literally, like when I don't make sense, it makes sense. But you just didn't make any sense.
I know. Well, I was going to go for how little of the, 3 million Syrian refugees that are out there, one may or may not have been attached to a terrorist attack. Why are we fearing refugees? You're going to get shot by a neighbor. Literally.
How does this help my hair?
I don't know.
My hair's falling out. Well, everybody's is. I was told, Natalie's like, you lose 30 a day.
15 to 45 is the average.
Yeah, she's like, you lose 30 a day. So I've been counting. I'm up to like 38 a day. What if I did? What if I counted all the hair that fell out?
35 is still within the range of not to be considered.
I don't care. I'm not bald yet. But the whole point is I placebically need the biotin to keep me on track. So we went to Walgreens today. And all right, the point is, yeah, you make fun of me, right? She makes fun of me because I'm going, do I buy the 10,000 biotin? I Googled WebMD. What biotin now do I absorb? I'm looking at it. I'm trying to figure it out and the money and what do I want to spend. And meanwhile, she walks up to me with a fucking armful of Peeps and candy corn.
And bought 2 Peeps and a candy corn. And then I put the candy corn back because I was like, I really shouldn't be eating candy corn.
Nobody should be eating candy corn.
What?
Candy corn is the 9/11 of candy.
No, it is not. You just don't understand it. It's misunderstood.
No, it's terrifying.
Especially when it's made with honey and not
Oh,
sugar.
gruesome.
It's delicious.
I do love honey.
Have you never had the candy corn made out of honey?
No.
See, I should have bought it because you would.
You know, and what's
honestly,
weird-
It would have turned you around completely.
No, because I wouldn't even try it. Because I like, it's
I
like,
would have held you down and forced it in your mouth.
I'm in.
The candy corn.
Oh, I'm out.
Yeah.
I can't, no, because I told you, candy corn is just like eating, it's like eating a candle that tastes awful. that's how I feel about it. I would rather eat a scented candle than that, honestly. And it's the same kind of enjoyment. Fuck your non-fake marzipan fucking exterior and the way it's just that same texture. The candy corn texture is awful. The candy corn taste is awful.
So wrong.
No, the only thing orange you should eat is orange. That's it.
Yeah, and you think you should eat it with chocolate because you're fucked up in the head.
Dude, chocolate and orange is a natural
Chocolate
pairing.
Oranges are the dumbest thing ever made.
Well, chocolate oranges are fucking amazing, but chocolate and orange is an unbelievable pairing, and you should go and investigate it.
Those Christmas chocolate oranges
That you bang on the
that
counter and you
they're
eat?
awful.
No, dude, are you
They're
fucking kidding me?
terrible.
No, I love them because then you'll bang them. There's like 22
How
segments.
many times have you ever been to a chocolate fondue sex party and there are ever oranges there? Never.
How many? All right, let me ask you this: How much food can you punch and eat? Chocolate orange, boom! It combines my love of candy with my love of violence.
Now, there's a lot of people in the NFL. They punch their shit before they eat it all the time.
Of course. But yeah, man, if you can combine my love of candy and my love of violence, I'm in. I gotta bang that fucking orange out the counter a few times before I choke it down. That's fucking fantastic.
So, it's not even the chocolate orange. It's the violence that excites you about the food.
I don't even know what it tastes like.
Apparently, it
Tastes like blood and revenge. Tastes like blood and revenge. That's all it tastes like.
Shut up, I'm gonna eat a peep.
You know what? Literally, you know what a chocolate orange tastes like to me? Fuck you, Larry Bagwell. That's what it tastes like. Because I just slam it over and over into the fucking counter until it's just chocolate orange dust. I don't even eat it. I just sweep it into the garbage. Yeah, that's right.
You're a weird person.
Fuck that. I got stuff. We all got stuff.
You for buying a 25-cent peep.
Peeps are horrifyingly bad.
I do not understand. Look at the smile on these little peeps.
No, you know what that is? That's like somebody mixed candy corn with a marshmallow. That's fucking gross because marshmallows and candy corn are the worst types of candy or food.
Wrong.
Look at that. And again, it's so old. You're eating, that's a pumpkin peep.
The expiration date on my pumpkin peep Oh, 07/2017.
Okay. So those are good until 2017.
I should have bought more.
3 years before the Apple products come alive. But let me ask you this. I'm sorry, 4 years. 4 years. 4 years. But I have to paint this picture for everybody. If anyone out there wants the definition of old,
I hate you.
it's a woman in a shawl putting her glasses on to read the expiration date on her peeps. Oh my God.
I hate you. I'm
I
not sharing my pumpkins with you.
I don't know if you guys. It's funny because I'm gonna have to. I think her hip cracking overdrove the broadcast. Jesus, you know what I'm not getting from you? A heartbeat, because I mean, dude, she's wearing a gray shawl,
It's
and
not
she
a
put.
shawl. It is. Do you know what this is?
You're going to try to say it's a poncho, but it's a shawl.
It's a sweatshirt poncho.
Yawn. So
Which, again, is disgusting when you think about it, but God, it's warm.
look, you say sweatshirt poncho, I say shawl. You say peep, I say death. That's fine. You say candy corn, I say child molestation. It's all the same.
You're into chocolate violence.
That's fine. Nothing wrong with chocolate violence as a band or an activity. But yeah, this candy corn is just the child molestation of candy. It's so terrible.
So wrong.
No. It should only be eaten in the back of a van. That's how I feel about candy corn.
Oh my God.
So what are we talking about?
Your childhood.
No van involved. I was lucky enough to get in a house.
I feel bad that I'm laughing,
No,
but I don't.
I didn't have mobile molestation. My molestation was stationary at all times. So
Was it a Syrian refugee? No.
maybe now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't kept track. It was actually a chocolate orange. So, that's our friend Lily Von Stubb. She is the producer, and we went to Walgreens today for vitamins and peeps. And she produces an amazing burlesque show, an unbelievable burlesque show, certainly the most incredible burlesque show you've ever seen in your life, and the most successful and hottest burlesque show in the history of Los Angeles Confidential with Russell Crowe. I almost said Russell Brand. How bad is LA Confidential if Russell Brand is in it?
God.
Oh, that's terrible.
Did you see his thing about fighting terrorism?
Oh no, was it full of teeth and hair?
2 minutes of how to song. Yes, it was. It was. It was
Yeah.
just teeth and hair.
I don't know if I've ever whiplashed on a guy quicker than I did on that dude. Like I loved him in that the movie. Is it I Love You Man, the Jason Segel movie, where he's on the island and he.
I cared for.
I loved him. I was like, this guy is the fucking hilarious. That's that character, that kind of drifting English, throw it away type of stoner. And all of a sudden, he just started dancing as fast as he could. Like, and because somebody went, oh, we like that guy. He's a star. Let's put him in everything. And let's lend import to everything that he says. And look, I've seen his backstory and I know about him and I've learned a little bit about him. So I respect him. But I've never turned on wanting to see a guy perform more in my life. I loved him in that one movie. And then I just went, I am finished. I don't need to see any more of your work. I said good day. So, which is weird to say because he sounds like a guy he'd reboot Willy Wonka again. He's like that dude. Yeah. But no, so what was his terrorism deal? I missed it.
It doesn't matter. It's bullshit as usual. And it's all ridiculous.
I don't know if he is smart or if he's just this faux intellectual or I can't.
He's both. He is very smart on some things.
I see that, but I'm saying they lend him a gravitas and an import that he does not maybe deserve.
I mean, he's no Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Neil deGrasse Tyson, yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Did you say Degrassi? Neil deGrasse High?
Yeah. This is the problem with dyslexia. The words don't always come out right.
I actually
call something a Jabberwocky.
I enjoyed Neil deGrasse High. I didn't mind it.
Well,
it was
that's
like
a joke too, so I think that's kind of why it came there.
there was no more. I've never had a more in-depth conversation about Orion the Hunter than the one I had with Drake. You're wearing less and you're going out more. So, the Monday Night Tease is an amazing show. It's loved by all, and produced by my friend Lily Von Stubb. Hi, Lily.
Hello.
How you doing, Dega? Sorry, that popped into my brain. So, how was the show last night?
It was really good. It was very fun.
Who were there?
Topher out of New York he's a contortionist and hula hooper that fucking blew the room apart. It was wonderful. It was Tito's birthday.
Wait
Tito
a second.
MC.
Did he have a vest on?
No.
All right.
No. Lux Lacroix performed. Diamondback Annie. You would have loved Diamondback Annie's number. It was just a great show all around. Yeah.
Nice.
Mercury Troy danced to the acoustic version of Under Pressure with a fan dance that is just phenomenal.
Oh, the acapella version.
Yeah.
So, dude, that acapella version is so amazing.
Yeah. It was phenomenal, and her performance is beautiful.
Good.
Because she's got this cheeky, in the know kind of look while she's doing it. So it was wonderful. The whole show was great. It was awesome.
Terrific. And obviously every Monday we've got you there. And coming up, were there any other, is there a Dr. Sketch or anything you want to plug in addition to the teas or just the teas?
No, next Monday we got, I'm hosting, and it is Lily School for Wayward Girls, so it's graduates and alumni. And then after that we have Beauties, and we have the Velvet Tom Hour coming back, which I love.
Oh, yeah. I actually saw that one night.
It's fun.
Well, good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Things are good. Buy tickets. Come see the show. Support live entertainment.
Go to Brown Paper Tickets.
Brown.
I was going to say I almost said burlesque, whatever. Go to brownpapertickets.com and look up Monday Night Teas or Lily Von Stupp to see her other events. But tickets are available on Brown Paper Tickets always for those upcoming events. Pick those up. Go to burlesque411.com for all sorts of information. Go to do you want to signmyboobs.com
Oh, that's
and
not
see.
active, but sure.
But the stuff is up still. Go see a Lily with short hair getting manhandled by a porn star. So that's also there. So and then go to you want to
He was at the club the other day. Ron Jeremy came by the other day.
Ron Jeremy was at the teas.
He was at the Dirty Birdie Story Hour. Yeah.
Wow, how do you bury that lead? Wait, so Ron Jeremy literally
comes to the 3 clubs a lot.
you buried that lead 8 inches below where it should have been.
Seriously, if you want to have the opportunity to fuck a porn star, all you have to do is move to Hollywood. They are among us everywhere. I know 15 porn stars personally that are good friends of mine.
Right.
I mean, it's just LA.
Yeah, but you all right, but what if someone just wants to meet a porn star? Do they have to come and fuck them? You made it sound like
No, but I just mean if you're ever watching porn going, I wonder if there's ever an opportunity that, I will never, move to LA. They're here. That's where they live. They buy groceries. They date.
Well, I remember this is probably like 5 or 6 years ago. I found out there was a porn karaoke night in the Valley.
Yes.
Where they all go.
Yeah.
And not only, some of them just go to hang out, but some of them also get tricked up and wear their best porn whatever
And sing.
take over that bar and sing.
And sing.
Yeah, and it was that thing where in my head I was like, boy, I'd really like to go to that, but there is nothing I would want to go to less than that. Like
Well,
I don't.
what night?
I don't know. I can't. I mean, let's put it this way. If it was pornioke, where like they just fucking, they all put on their own movies and fuck to them, then I would watch that. That'd be fucking great. What if they did that? Like if you, like literally, if they were like, hey, here's a porn of me, and then they recreated the scene on stage while the porn was going on, dude, that's meta.
Let me get with Karen Summers and some of my friends and see if we can make that
Let's
happen.
do that. Seriously, that's like, I just made up a meta porn show that's fucking awesome and would sell a ton of tickets.
Pornioke.
Pornioke? Where you, like people...
We're gonna put a film on. You're gonna act it out.
Seriously, people would go like and pick a scene. Like you pick a song, and then you get that performer, and you perform that scene while it's on the screen running. Dude, I just invented something awesome.
How is that legal though? Because you're paying
Nobody's paying.
for live sex.
Nah, man, we're just having fun.
Well, you got to do a cover or something.
We got to pay to get in the room.
Yeah. But then
You got to have it at a private residence, though. That's the deal. I love this. By the way, this is a thing I would never attend in a million years. I love the
Why
idea
not?
because
oh my
I
God, I would totally go to that.
I would run it like from afar. I'd be like the kingpin. I'm the Wilson Fisk of pornioke. That's who I am, dude. Pornioke. I'm a fucking genius.
My friend Sienna Sinclair, who's also a porn star, I'm taking this idea to her for
Let's pitch it.
LA.
I'm being serious. Let's pitch it. I would do that.
'Cause she
I mean, I wouldn't
actually
do it, but I
throws
want to
sex
pitch it.
parties
Huh?
where, you pay for dinner and that, and then there's a sex party.
But you come up with a list of like 12 sex scenes, and you get the performers from those scenes there, and actual like laymen can go ahead and jump in and recreate the scene with that star.
I think we should do this.
Pornioke is a thing. I just
Pornioke
made
is
it up.
Absolutely awesome.
God damn it, I run the
I'm
show.
gonna go get pornioke.com right now as we speak.
I'm the man of dirty ideas,
The man of
and they're done dirt cheap.
I just got to find out what the liability insurance issues are with that.
Let me call Mercury. Let me get them on the phone. Hey, I'm an auto and a homeowner insurance person. Can you insure my rogue porn party that I'm coming up with? Is there a way to do that?
As a member of a sex club, the fucking tape, the red tape to run a sex club is insane.
Well, just why don't you switch to leather bondage?
Same thing.
No, I meant straps. Why don't you switch to straps instead of using the red tape to tie people up?
I hate you.
Thought I had you. Thought you were with me.
I wasn't. I'm sorry. I was actually thinking business. I'm thinking about this going, I think I have a new business.
Well, how did you co-op my business?
Because you'll never do it.
But I get a finder's fee and I get money and I get to totally collect on it.
Finder's fee. You get one pornioke dream of yours.
No, because I don't think I could pull that off.
Really?
Yeah. I'd clear the room. No, you got to have like decent looking people
the
in
way
there.
you described that with Karen Summers, that could happen.
Oh, dude, that was,
She
yeah,
could
that
just
was.
casually just lean over and give you a hand job, and you'd be like,
All
"Oh,
right. I'm 48 years old. Casual hand job is off my list.
casual hand job."
Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what sex acts are still on your list?
Boy, I'm
The
glad
casual
you
hand-
asked.
The casual hand job is off the list.
I'm so glad you asked.
Is the non-committal blowjob still there?
It's interesting you would mention that. I don't know. I don't even know what that means.
I want to go through a bunch of sex acts that are off the list.
I'll tell you what.
non-committal blowjob,
You know what's no longer on the sex list? The Guatemalan transsexual Uber. Check marked.
I want more. These are good.
Oh, we had the backdoor penguin. Remember we
Yes.
talked about that? And
What
yeah.
else?
All right. So if you hear about this fucking awesome idea, dude, I come up with awesome ideas every week. They're always great. And Lily takes them and says, I'm going to make money off of them. And then we both are poor forever. So,
I've already forgotten what it's called.
yeah, I don't need pornioke. This thing, your mnemonic is,
Pornioke.
yeah, like it's like Annie Oakley, but with a cock instead of a gun.
Pornioke. Thank you. That helps with my dyslexia.
Sure it does.
I'm the Anioke of porn.
Go to the Monday Night Teas, buy the tickets. They're available.
We will not be doing that there.
Not yet,
No.
but maybe
Can't have sex there.
soon.
There's liquor.
Maybe soon. So go ahead and buy tickets to that. Go to Brown Paper Tickets. Go to Facebook.com/the Monday Night Teas. Nope. Facebook.com/Monday Night Teas. Not the Monday Night Teas. Facebook.com/Monday Night Teas. And become friends with that page and find out who's coming and who's been naked and who's getting naked and who is naked right now. Find out who's naked right now. That's available at Facebook.com/Monday Night Teas. And buy tickets and go to the show and have fun. If you go to our website, which is MikeSchmidtComedy.com, you can go to the Joe Business page. Joe Business. There's all sorts of cool pages there, but Joe Business is where we've got CDs, we've got T-shirts, we've got downloads, we've got all sorts of cool stuff for you. Our Amazon link is important because the holidays are coming, and I know you guys use Amazon for your holiday shopping. Please use our Amazon link. That really helps us and gets us some dough. And by us, I mean me, because I used to be able to give a stipend to David and Lily, but then my divorce happened, and it turned out I had no money ever and needed to live. So, thank you so much for paying my light bill. Go to Amazon and pay more of my light bill.
Wait a minute. I'm doing this for free.
Well, no, there'll be a check coming. It's in the mail. You just keep moving. You've moved from the oldest building in Hollywood. I'm sure it's gotten caught up in the transfer to the suburbs. It'll be there soon. Keep an eye out. I'm sure it'll be there. So go to the Joe Business page and check all that out and do that. It's fun. It's exciting. And also, if you want to Uber, Brittany, teach me how to Uber. Uber. I have a code. And it sounds like that sounded like I said I have a cold with a stuffed nose. I have a code. I have a code right now. I have a Uber code. I caught it from somebody in a back seat. No, I have a code for you to drive. It's unlimited. Will you be home tonight? That's an Alcatraz song from a few episodes back. But if you want to drive all night long like me, you can go ahead and write me for an Uber code. And if you do it in November and you get 20 trips in, you get $300. Like literally $300 bonus dollars. And I get the same. Well, I get more, but still. And nobody, again, our friend completed his 20 trips. So supposedly I'm going to be getting a bonus from him. We'll see. I don't know. Uber has not notified me yet. But if you guys, again, and it's getting under the wire here in November, but if you want to come, because you can do 20 trips in a night. And I'm being generous. You really.
And then I never have to do it again?
No, you really don't. I mean, you can keep doing it to make money, but if you want to make your $300 and my $400, use my code, drive 20 trips, and then you're done fucking forever. You'll get your 3 and I'll get my 4.
Do that.
I like I said, if I could just get 10 fucking people to do 20 trips, like to get my use my code and sign up and use the 20 trips, I'd make $4,000. I could be fucking retarded.
You could pay me then. People, sign up with this code.
Syrian refugees, what's wrong with you? Get in your Corvette and Uber some fucking people. So if you want the Uber code, I will give it out to you. I will. I don't want to put it on
Put it out here.
because it's fucking long. Like it's ridiculous. Oh, I mean, do you want me to read it? Should I read it?
Yeah.
Because again, because if people just write me on Facebook or text me, then I can actually send it to them, and then
You
that's
should
fine.
Put it in your about on Facebook.
About?
Yeah, you know, have the about section
No.
in your Facebook profile.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, well, I'm sure you have one, and you can just put it in there so people would know about Mike. You can sign up under me and make $300
About Schmidt.
about Schmidt.
There we go.
Oh, I see what you did.
Absolutely, that's how I do
You
things.
about Schmitted.
I have this code somewhere. We had a code waiting.
About Schmitted.
Because they keep texting me and telling me to give people the code and all that nonsense. And here we go. All right, folks, I'll just read it to you. Here's my Uber code. Where is it? Let's see. My Uber unique code. I don't know why the fuck this is. And they're going to make me log in.
Wow,
I
you
can't
don't
log
have
in.
Dick under your about Schmidt.
No, because people know who I am, man. Nobody needs to click the sub
Oh,
menu.
I totally want to fill that out. It simply says stand-up comedian.
Yeah, because
No,
that's the
you
only
need to
choice I
under-
fucking
You
had.
don't. We need to take care of this for you. You gotta update some shit in here.
Great, you and I will talk about it later. But right now, if you want the Uber code, I'm not giving you the code over the air. Write me, and I'll text it to you, or I will email it to you, because then you can just click on it and go use it. Because if I give it to you now, you're gonna have to enter it. You're gonna miss a number. You're gonna miss a letter, and some fucking guy from Russia is gonna get my Uber money, and we don't want that. So if you want the exact code, contact me. And you know what I'm left to believe, by the way? Everybody who listens to me is successful. That's the best part. Like, I must have a very successful listener base because nobody has written me for the code or wants to Uber. Because in my mind, I'm just like, man, everybody should Uber. Everybody's Ubering. And nope, none of the people who listen to me are, or at least they don't want the code. So I can't blame them. They all have lives and jobs. You have a question?
What was the text I sent you about Uber drivers? Oh, it's the new waiter for.
Yeah, like waiters and acting.
It's the new waiters for actors.
Right. But it is. Every comedian, like I met a comedian this week, a guy who runs shows and stuff. I mean, and you know who I drive? Also, I drive a lot of escorts. You can tell because like it'll be, John orders an Uber and you show up and some chick in a fucking miniskirt and heels kisses an old man goodbye and gets in your car and you're like, nah, all right. You know what I mean? And they live in a condo in Glendale. You're like, all right, well, I know who you are and what you do.
Maybe
So
they were just visiting their uncle.
well, I'll tell you what, that was quite a kiss that their uncle received.
You don't kiss your uncles on the lips?
They're dead. How dare you?
Oh, okay.
And no, I don't. Creepy.
With tongue?
Ah,
Have I been doing it wrong? all
maybe.
these
Well,
years?
well, for you, maybe. Not for your uncles. So go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com and go ahead and look at the Amazon link and donate to the show and all that cool stuff. Buy downloads, buy merch. And if you want the Uber code, contact me for the Uber code and then you can drive and we'll all be happy. The other person I wanted to tell you about an Uber this week was a guy who got in the car. And it's a guy who loves chaos. I told you I'm the guy who loves chaos. And this dude got in the car and he started talking about Paris with somebody in the back seat. And they were discussing it. And then he said, hey, ask me, hey, has anything new happened today? And I told him, well, there was a stampede at a memorial service because they weren't sure what was happening. And he said, oh, my God, what happened? I go, I don't know. Someone thought there was a bomb, and then they thought there was a gun, and then it turned out maybe there was nothing. And then it turned out it was just Anderson Cooper with a microphone, and nobody wanted to fucking talk to him. So that's why everybody sprinted off into the distance. And he said, yeah, but it's crazy what's going on over there. Like, that had to shock everyone. It shocked the world. And I said, you know what? It really shouldn't. And he said, what do you mean? And I go, well, and again, as a guy who likes chaos, I shouldn't say these things, but I said it to the guy. I go, this is what they should be doing. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, I don't understand. I go, well, no, this is what they should be doing. They should have small teams of 2 or 3 dudes who walk into a public place and just fucking annihilate everybody and scare the fuck out of everyone so they won't go out anymore. That's the whole point. It's about spreading fear. And again, I say those things because I think I'm just talking to a person.
Yeah.
Because I said, and it worked. It absolutely worked because now nobody wants the refugees to come to their country because and that was exactly what they wanted because these terrorist dudes, they want those refugees to become part of their army or die. They don't want them to survive. They don't want them to find safe haven everywhere. So they scare the shit out of the people who would give them safe haven so nobody will take them so they have nobody to turn to but the guys with the fucking weapons. That's the whole point. So when you say you don't want these people in your country and you don't want to take them, you don't want to help them assimilate, all you're doing is building the caliphate. You're just you're giving them members. You're letting them recruit people because they have nowhere else to turn.
Or you're killing fellow humans.
Well, yeah, because they will either kill those people because of religion or they will give them crusts of bread and make them to make ammunition and make dummy bombs and fucking bomb vests. You know what I mean? Literally every Syrian refugee you turn away is another guy who's going to cut open a vest and pull all the down out and stuff it full of goddamn C4, you know? So
There's no other option.
that's what they need to do. And so so I'm telling this guy in the back seat this, and you can just see his face going white because I guess I don't know what he expected. I don't know. He expected me to just go, yeah, it's crazy, huh?
Well, he
But
expects you to change your profile picture and agree.
and put up a French flag and go, yeah, oui.
Oh, it's terrible.
Ho, ho, ho.
It's terrible for all those people, isn't it?
It's terrible for everybody. But the whole point is, with terror, this is what they should be doing. Like and also we as people cannot stop being people. Like you can't stop going to hockey games. You can't stop going to basketball games when in reality, 6 of those dudes just dress up like ushers and come in and blow the fucking place up. Like literally, they should go to a Bulls game and just a guy should run to center court and blow up Derrick Rose. That's what he should do and make everybody go, holy fuck. Now, to be honest with you, Derrick Rose is probably not the best choice because if you give Derrick Rose enough time, he's going to do that to himself because he's blown out both knees. He's got double vision. He's wearing a fucking face mask. This is a guy who's injury prone. So he doesn't need a vest to just blow up. Eventually, Derrick Rose he'll try to pivot and he'll go into the paint and he'll get fouled and he'll blow up like an explosive vest because that's what he's made out of at this point. That guy's ready to fucking go. But I told the Uber dude, I'm like, this is what they should do, man. They should be creating chaos and they should be doing it. They should go into a mall in Nebraska and not like one dude with like a handgun. They should send 8 dudes into a mall in Nebraska on either side and just blow it the fuck up. You would kill 400 people on a Christmas shopping Sunday. Now, look, I'm not advocating that.
I know.
I'm not saying that's the way to go. But what I don't understand is how critical thinking people go, oh my gosh, what a shock. I'm not shocked by any of this anymore. I don't know why they don't do it every goddamn day. But I'm also the guy who, like, when 9/11 happened, I was the dude who was like, man, the world has changed. Nothing will ever be the same. Nothing will ever be the same. Airfare, all of this, air travel, and, eventually things become the fucking same. But I'm always the guy who thinks the world has changed. The world has shifted. Oh my God, nothing will ever be the same. And then it does.
Shift. It did shift. It did change.
But you know what? If Sandy Hook didn't make people fucking think about like gun control and all, there will never be anything that makes people ever take anything seriously because they will always find a way to be distracted and look at a cat batting around a domino.
Well, as I explained to one of my friends on Facebook, the reason that Paris is getting the attention it gets is because we have friends in Paris. Paris is a tourist destination. Baghdad is not being covered because nobody goes, oh, this is going to ruin my holiday plans.
Well, Baghdad is not being covered because any building you try to explode is already fucking rubble. There's really nothing left.
I mean, it's like, it's not that we're ignoring those things. It's that they don't truly affect our lives. It's the same reason with white privilege that you don't always see the oppression of black people.
Here we go.
No. It's because it isn't a direct effect of your life. So, Of course, Paris is going to be big. Of course, the towers are going to be big. Of course, those things that you can relate to. If you don't ever go fishing, you are never going to fear piranha or sharks because you're never around them. It's like, okay, giant things in the sea. I don't go to the sea.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Knock on your door.
Yes.
Open it up.
Yes.
Shark in a vest. What do you fear more?
The shark or the vest?
Yes. Is he going to blow you up or is he going to bite you?
Again, they're both irrational fears because the odds of that happening are so low for me.
I don't know. You live in a new place.
I honestly, I am more scared of locking myself out of my house than having someone break in and kill me right now.
Let me ask you this. You lock yourself out of your house.
Yes.
Call the locksmith.
Yes.
Van pulls up.
Yes.
Shark in a vest gets out.
Are there any windows and does he have candy? Because I'm more scared of that. Shark in a vest.
Tastes like sushi.
But
See, I'll tell you that, but let me ask you this. Are you more scared? Here's what and this is the truth. A shark in a vest does not scare me nearly as much as a whale in a vest. Because here's the thing. Shark in a vest, he can't decide. He's like, do I blow this dude up or do I bite him? Like, and in that second, I get to escape. I get to swim away. However,
why are there terrorist sharks in here?
whale shows up in an explosive vest. You know what's happening. He's blowing you up because he can only eat chum. So the whale wants you as small as plankton so he can scoop you up with his mouth. Shark can't decide. Shark goes teeth or vest. Fuck, I don't know what to do here. And then at that point, I'm gone, man. I split. That guy's left on a porch with nothing. But if a whale shows up in a vest, he's not even a question. He just blows it up. I'm little bits and pieces, and he swims around. It scoops me up and eats me. I don't want to be eaten by a fucking whale.
You won't know. You'll already be dead. But the whale's not going to eat you either because he's going to be dead.
No, he's big enough to withstand the blow.
You're wrong.
You don't know how physics works. You don't know how vests work. You don't know how whales work. But I'll tell you what, if Obama had the balls, we'd do something about these whales with these vests.
I think we should get him on ourselves.
I'm so tired of that.
Over into the desert.
I am so tired of the people thinking Obama's a pussy because he won't go and bomb somebody.
Boots on the ground.
Dude, we should totally bomb a book. Let's go bomb Islam. You know, that religious idea.
You know, Mex always says people skip the closing music. I say people love your closing music, so let's prove it to them. If you've listened this far, write me at heymexilistened@gmail.com and we'll send you a 40-year-old boy hearing commemorative Facebook profile picture that you better fucking put up, you dick. Sorry about the dick thing. Thing. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
I don't want you to miss any of that brilliance.